missed out on the Kovac party yesterday, but I didn't want to miss it today, so I went for G2. Kovac party yesterday, but I didn't want to miss it today, so I went for G2. I really didn't know what it was going to be, but I just thought, you know what? I don't want to miss out one more time. I think that's all I was feeling.
Dude, they crashed the club yesterday. It wasn't much of a party. It was a bit of a blowout. They just showed up, you know, poured all the booze on the floor, said screw you, and bounced out the door. 2-0 clean win over Furia. And so we'll be seeing Furia later against MIBR. That's going to be so good. I have got my stake on Furia on that one. But now, G2 versus Astralis. You and I have both predicted Astralis on this one, Anders. A lot riding on this.
Oh, did we pick it? I did pick Astralis. I forgot. I thought I picked G2. I should have picked G2, but it's too late to change
You
now.
noob!
Oh, man. Here we go. Amanek all the way in the back. They've got so many people lining up for this bomb site. I think Astralis are taking such a slow approach and getting slowed down that this is a nightmare for the Danes. Did he just get stuck in the car? I need a replay of that alone. I have no idea what just happened, apart from the fact, obviously, that Danes got absolutely slaughtered in the B bomb site. I'm not sure what slowed them down, but whatever it was, that is definitely what killed them in this one.
Holy smokes, that hard counter coming in from G2, though. That could not have gone any better for G2. 4 players on the site so early on into that. The anti-flashes just halting Astralis in their tracks. Astralis were really hoping to just get that rush down hard, but they all ate a flash, and that just pretty much spelled their demise.
I don't know, maybe it's just me. If you get flash running that B tunnel, that is not a good reason to stop.
Well,
must keep going.
You know, us amateurs, Anders, yes, we would hold W and keep going, right? But the pros have their reasons.
I don't know. Listen. I mean, let's not compare the level of Counter-Strike that we played, but all I'm just saying is that when people stop in that B tunnel, that is one of the worst things that people could do to me, and I will instantly unfriend you if that happens in a game. I cannot deal with it. All right, here we go. MP5 up against a bunch of unarmored targets. The grenade's going to be a little bit late. That grenade is on time, but it's not the right one. And Nico does go down. It's just Glocks here, and if they get a bomb plant, I mean, that's already so worth it. And another kill. They're never going to win this round, but 2 kills and a bomb plant for having nothing but Glocks. What a win for Astralis.
Monster round. Actually managing to make it up there. Kenny fluffing that HE. That was really unfortunate. That would have done tremendous damage. Instead, it lands in his face. So that probably is what made the difference there. That gave Astralis just enough of a gap to get onto the site, swamp it, and get that plant. And then you're right for pointing it out. The whole point of that round, hard eco, just get on there, get that bonus 800 for everybody across the board so that you can get a round like this. Look at this buy that's coming in from Astralis now. Even going so far as a glass cannon AWP on device. It is Dust 2. We do expect to see Ops in play.
Yeah, getting this early, though. I mean, AWP third round. Their buy right now is completely outclassing what G2 have. Hunter getting tagged through the mid doors by device. Might have even been a surprise to G2 that AWP was there. They're like, oh, wait, what?
Yeah. I bet you they were just expecting AKs, right? There will be some quick plays coming in from Astralis, left full nades, and it is quick. Minute 35, we've already got a push going through. Kenny gonna get one through the smoke. That's Dupree already down, but now it's all on Amanek. Has to hold the line solo here on the B site. Will take Zipnix and drop Slave down to 2 HP, but now Astralis, they've got 3 alive, and they're gonna be getting that bomb planted.
I think it's remarkable that G2 are even in a 3-on-3 right now. They were in no position whatsoever to hold that B split. They were actually at almost the worst possible setup to deal with that kind of situation. If not for the kill through the smoke by Kenny, this isn't even close to a round. But it still might be very tricky. Again, we always mention it, but retaking the B bomb side, even at even numbers, is just not that much fun. Oh, and they line up. I don't know. That's ridiculous.
Well, Anders, you were very correct. And you were correct. And just, lining up, that's actually the worst case scenario.
That was it's like Tetris, wasn't it?
Listen, I really love to see that out of Astralis. That aggression.
Yes.
Minute 36, and they're already pushing through mid doors. They've got a full-on split going. That's fast. And so they just let G2 drop that guard for an instant. They're putting G2 on notice. Device got that tag early, and then just very quick, putting the pressure on. It's going to be, I feel like we're going to have a really exciting match just off of these first 3 rounds here, dude. This is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's still so much on the line, right? Astralis getting the old team back together again and figuring out how that feels. But the fact that Nico and Hunter are all of a sudden on the same team and the way that they were looking in that last game yesterday, the 2 maps that we saw, it was real impressive. So I'm sure there'll be much more of that. So there's always that infamous honeymoon phase that everyone was talking about.
And in Astralis' case, it's comfortable. But will it ever be the same, Andrew?
They were divorced, but now
will it ever be the same? Will they ever be able to reignite that flame again, or is it just going to be doing it, for the kids?
Yeah, that's it. I like that. That's a good question, and I guess we'll find out if it will work or not. If nothing else, do it for the investors.
Well, we saw what happens to Device.
It's too rough, isn't it? Over on this CT side right now, no reason to get divorced at all at the moment because none of them have any cash to really, there's not going to be any spreading it around. It's not really worth it at this point in time. Device down in the pit alone with the AWP. He has to actually keep this alive. He's getting some backup now once again. Apart from the fact that they didn't really have any pistols, this is one of my favorite strategies on Dust 2. So just, if you're new to the game or if you haven't seen it, because it does get used incredibly rarely for probably good reasons, but you can sometimes, if you take long on the T side, you put the AWP player in pit, and then you go back and you make noise across the rest of the map. Eventually, the CT side will feel like, well, there's no one long. They haven't been there for a long time. I'm just going to go check, and then you check right into the AWP and die. And I just, I really like that idea. I think it's so cool. Does obviously come with a bunch of different risks. I mean, amongst other things, you can end up wasting most of your time doing this, right? And if you take long and you lose a bunch of people. But anyway, I just think when it works, I really think it's satisfying.
It does. You know what else is satisfying? Having Device and Kenny both with ops. Yeah.
Right.
This is what we've been waiting for, dude. Full buy. Essentially, Nico is going to have to skimp a little bit and go for that UMP next up with the FAMAS. But now we've got that AWP in play on Kenny. And this is going to be at the big buy round. What do Astralis have for us now? Just lands barely short. Amanek should have eaten that nade. So close. That's so unfortunate.
Yeah. He needed a little bit more trigonometry or something like that.
Man.
Calculate the full angle.
Weak throwing arm. Didn't play baseball growing up. Catch with your dad? Throwing it out back? Pigskin?
We don't have baseball in Denmark. We don't know what that is.
It's true. You guys aren't a big fan of throwing things.
Unless
it's kicking things. That's what you guys are all about.
Kicking, yeah. Maybe if it's axes or something, we can get into it. That's fine.
Axes?
Axe throwing is amazing.
Yeah.
Should be a sport.
Yeah,
like
but
a full on.
Sure, Anders, but it's not like something that every kid does growing up. It's like
I did all the time. I don't know.
All right. Well, you were just really tapping into those Viking roots.
Something like that. Ooh, 35 seconds. That's a very, very good time to be doing that exact counterplay from G2. That's very smart. It's super late in the round, so Astralis, now they have to change their minds, but this doesn't feel like, a natural change. It's more like oh, damn, we just got caught, and there's almost no time left. Let's go. And look at this other counter. They've set up Hunter in case it was another B split. Great thinking coming out from G2. This is what you like to see. Just one step ahead of Astralis in this entire round. That was all so well lined up.
That is lethal. He really did live up to his name there as well. Impeccable stuff from Hunter. He lets him walk right into the trap and just, really commit.
Yes.
No backing out at that point when they're just getting sprayed down. And you can see here, just lets a few of them walk out at the same time, gives himself multiple targets. You may think this is greedy, but that angle, unless you're ready for it, you can see the frustration from Dupree. They know that they should be checking that.
Something, he was up in one of those hunting towers they built as well.
There you go, yeah. Just sitting there.
Smoke Damascus scent, they'd never know. I'm obviously not a hunter.
Oh, nice shot though, Device.
Yeah. Next was partly flashed, couldn't really see much, so...
Get out of here!
It looked like Kenny would have seen that. I'd love to see that without the X-ray. I wonder how visible he was, because obviously with the X-ray, it looks so much easier. It could be a little bit deceptive. Still, 6th round, and it's a 5-on-3, and this is a round that Astralis, the full 100% version of Astralis will never lose a round like this. And they're doing a pretty remarkable job in this round. And that's good to see, because that's the kind of Astralis we would all really like to see when they're all the way on top. 5 versus 3s, those around you win, 85% or more of the time, probably.
What even are these kills? Device catches Nexa with a flash. And then he barely squeaks Kenny through the smoke on the edge of the smoke. And then you get the lurk smoke on B, and they barely get the kill there too. That was a very, very close round from Astralis. You can see Device, from his perspective, oh wow, clear as day from Device's side. It looked like it was definitely a little bit harder to make out there on Kenny's.
Probably was, yeah, probably was.
Wow, but that is such an insane difference, because from Kenny's perspective, we could barely see Device. Yet Device clearly could see him clear as day. Huh.
That is one of the dangerous things in the game sometimes. Couple of people up a catwalk, I don't know, just running in one at a time and getting slaughtered by Nexa. He's just 3 kills with a USP. That should never happen, and that should be a strong reminder to Astralis. You know, that is completely careless and frankly indefensible.
Well, let's pump the brakes just a second there. You know, he was backed up. He had a little bit of firepower there to help him out, didn't he?
No, but I mean,
just a USP.
No, but it doesn't really matter. Like I don't care if they all had, you know, Negevs up there. It's more about how they turn that corner, right? Like that's just, there's no excusing that.
You're right.
That can never happen.
Did they go in dry? I didn't notice. I thought I heard a flash go off, but clearly they weren't flashed.
I was gonna say they definitely weren't flashed, and I mean, even then, you know, like, do you just want to run in one at a time around the corner? The whole thing just seemed very confusing.
God, you know, that's the thing, Anders. Now you just let you get a little sloppy for an instant, and that'll come back to bite you. And if this bomb gets caught out here on catwalk, this is just timing everything. Oh my God, Nex is gonna pick up an AWP. Oh, and he gets around the corner. Does Zipnix manage to walk his way up catwalk? Now this is getting really silly. We have a smoke from Zip as well. He can block off Cat behind him.
Yeah, they're being very slow about it, and obviously they don't want to give away exactly where they are. And you can tell that the result is G2 are looking everywhere. Spotted him, Zip. Yeah, he's ready and waiting, but can't get the kill. Hunter will take him down. So many issues in this round for Astralis, quite frankly. And the Molotov on top of the bomb, because why not? Device now fighting them, 10 seconds left. He might as well almost just go straight for it, but he's going to be running, and they'll catch him in the meantime. 1 round for G2, and I mean, I've got very many bad things to say about what just happened in this round for Astralis. But
it's a freebie.
Listen, I'll leave some of them for the analysts as well.
We just got the replay there. Unfortunately, I was looking at the eco from Astralis. I didn't see whether that flash went down or not. Whatever. Point being is, that's one of those rounds that Astralis obviously wish they could have back. Eco round, sort of anti-eco losses are always painful, especially against pretty much hard ecos like that.
No takesy-backsies.
No takesy-backsies. Flash, though, Device expecting it. He had that angle pre-aimed, but Kenny now going into the upper dark. The drop is there, though. Dupree's been spotted, and Kenny, of course, is going to hit that shot. No fear.
They actually had people pushing in from the B-bomb side, but now they've left Kenny alone. They're back in, and Amanek just in the last second to help him out. I love this. The CT aggression, we've mentioned it in previous games that it's much, much harder to do on the CT side than people sometimes recognize. There are a bunch of other maps where you could be way more liberal with your aggression on the CT side than you can on Dust 2. And G2 just going above and beyond and showing us how that can work. Nico? I can't believe it. He's so blind, and Zip crouches right into it. G2 looking absolutely dialed up for this game, and they are going to lose nobody in this round.
This is rad. Give me dialed up, full-on aggressive, opping Kenny S straight into my veins every day, please.
We love to see it, don't we?
I'll take this every day. I can watch that kind of Kenny play all the time, forever. So good. And that's all confidence. That's all just him being like, right, time to make the play. And I am going to be faster. I'm going to be better. You know, Device managed to get me through the smoke, pull that rat play.
Yeah.
And just,
well, what's also, I think, what makes that way more frustrating for Astralis is that they gave them the previous round.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're Astralis, the first thing you're going to be thinking in losing that ridiculous round to Nexa is, okay, it's fine, we still have money, we'll win it back. Like, we'll take that right back. It's, you know, and then when you don't do that and you actually just get completely wrecked in the following round, that's kind of hard to deal with. Grenade and Device, will make it up for all of a second. Nico with a nice ace. It's all against Glocks, but it doesn't matter. You do not want to get this guy fired up, do you?
Those are the feel-good frags. Nico, he's going to thrive in this sort of scenario. Kenny helping out as well. Of course, there's a few of the body shots on those guys, and there you have it. G2 extending that lead 6-3, looking very comfortable on this CT side right now. I mean, Astralis' rounds have essentially been just skin of the teeth sort of scenario. The first one. The other two actually looked pretty good for Astralis. This is interesting.
I mean, they look like they've come in with a pretty good game plan right now, but G2 have a lot of different tricks up their sleeves to throw Astralis off course, right? There was Kenny pushing into lower dark. There was the point in time when they flashed their way into Catwalk at 35 seconds and pushed Astralis back out the middle, and Hunter was set up for the B-split. Those are just signs of a lot of preparation on the side of G2, and that's what you need to get put together good, successful CT sides. And it's actually just a lot of hard work. I think people sometimes underestimate how much goes into successfully having successful CT sides in general. Because a lot of the focus ends up being on the T side and like strategies and smokes and where they land. But yeah, I think it's a slightly underexposed part of the game. Dupree's taking a grenade. Default setup more or less here for G2. It's a kind of setup where you're basically saying, let's just hope Kenny gets a kill if they go catwalk, and then we can retake 4 on 5, probably. If he gets 2 kills, probably round is already won. Ish.
Kenny is certainly capable as well. A position that he should excel in.
Absolutely.
Smoke going down to try and create a little bit more room for Astralis to work with here as they begin their push onto the A side. Kenny rotating around, looking to find a shot. The smoke is there, but he's got a gap. Hits it. Maze is out. Man advantage now for G2 going into this retake with 20 seconds left. Astralis are going to get that bomb planted. Long rotation is going to have to happen here for MNX, but the rest of them are already on site.
They have 2 Molotovs, and Astralis are probably going to be pushed back towards the catwalk, so those 2 Molotovs are going to be massive. This is all really well thought out. Astralis don't have that much. In fact, they just used their last smoke, so 1 Molotov goes onto the site itself, and Glaive, oh, he actually gets tagged, and there's the Molotov. Nexa and Nico joining in. It's a big double kill for Nexa right here. And what is Sip meant to do? 1 versus 5. I guess just get tapped out almost immediately. Nexa on point with every kind of tool here in the book. Nice triple for him. Nice retake out of G2. That was all so planned out. I don't think they were worried at all in that round.
They're looking clean right now,
yep.
G2. Nico slotting into this perfectly. Him and Nexa top fragging, 11 frags each, just looking really good. And they're playing with some confidence. So 7-3 G2, and there it is. Astralis, okay, they're going to be taking advantage of their time. Waiting for that full 20-second buy, and then going for the tactical timeout. Well, they're using the buy time, right?
Right, yeah.
Maximize the tactical timeout that they're taking right now. Madek, the G2 coach on your screen now. Amanda really does believe in systems and playing by the numbers. He's actually a unique coach in CSGO. Haven't heard of his strategy before from any of the other coaches. It really just, he's awesome. Talked about it a little bit in interviews in terms of how he wants to break things down by percentage, but it's a very cool approach. I'm curious if he's still sticking with it. It's been a while since we've obviously gotten to talk, seeing as how Corona's shut down the LAN circuit. Yeah,
I mean, you know what? Right now, at least, G2 are looking like a strong team. So we'll see if it's going to continue that way. I mean, it's still hard to judge. Yeah, half buy coming in from Astralis. I think that makes a lot of sense. The bomb plant, I mean, they could have all bought armor and AK and then nothing else. So they would have had 0 grenades pretty much across the board. And as much fun as that could be in a matchmaking game, it's not that great in an actual professional game. Lining up for Nico, he's already had 1 ace. Don't give him more. I just don't think that's necessary. Well, it won't be this time because Kenny's taken one of them there. And Glaive does not have the bomb. Would have been a nice little tricky thing. He'll get the quad anyway, so certainly adding to the stats.
Nico, the Eco Cobra!
Yeah, 9 out of the 15 kills that he has so far are just from, you know, loosely armored targets. Basically.
Just, you know, listen, they wanted to ease him in. You know, they're giving him all the feel-good frags. You know, just get in there, Nico. Come on. Get after him, Tiger.
Whatever. It's all good, right? It all just helps in the end, doesn't it? You're just going to be feeling good about it. 8-3, 12th round. And Astralis back with some money. But now, I think now the test really is, what I'm looking for here is Astralis must be realizing at this point in time that this is a really well-prepared team on the CT side. And I want to see if they can break that somehow. What if they got to show us that is that's going to be catching G2 off guard? The retake on A, again, was beautiful. The way they stopped the B split, the way they were aggressive in lower dark. I mean, those critical rounds are the ones where Astralis have had weapons, and all the rest of it, they've been fighting against a really poor version of Astralis, which is fine. Like, if G2 can pull those rounds every time Astralis have a buy, like in this one, that's great. You're going to get a free round right afterwards just for making that effort, so that's working out really well. And again, this time it's a 3-man stack over at B, which is not that common. It's a little bit unusual for the CT side. Does leave mid wide open, but we'll see if they're going to be exploiting that in any way, Astralis, if they even know. And again, similar situation where Kenny's out long. He's kind of low on health this time, so we'll see if he can snag in that kill to make the retake easier. It looks like it's almost a repeat here for Astralis.
I like that lineup.
Yeah.
Those are always very cool. It sets it up so that that smoke goes down perfectly their device, and it's looking like Astralis are going to be able to work their way out onto this A site. The rotation is coming through from G2. They will have plenty of time, though, as the bomb is only just now getting planted.
Look at the difference all this time. Magisk is actually holding the catwalk, so that's going to give them 100% confirmation that no one's coming cat, so they know it's going to be long in CT spawn for the retake, and that's already good information. Magisk also has a Molotov, and now he's actually going to go out long to try and see if he can stop this, and timing is everything for this push for Magisk. Glaive goes down, Nexa next in line, traded, now it's Dupree, and coming up from long, it's a bit of a no-scope. Oh, and he gets a follow-up, back-to-back no-scopes from Device, and leaving Nico in a 1 versus 2, and I don't know how he's going to be winning this. He's caught just as he's jumping. A very, very close round here for Astralis, but they do find a way to pull it through.
Oh, and they cannot save an op, Anders. That was so close. Just not quite able to give one over to Device. Nico, is Nico calling? He's talking a lot, Anders.
I don't know. We don't know yet, do we?
He's talking a lot. There's a lot of hand motion there, you know, like he was trying to make a point.
Listen, even if he's not calling, right, I'm sure he's not going to be, you know, he's not going to be staying quiet, not going to stay out of the conversation.
Uh-huh.
Just as long as there's like a line of command, right?
I'm just waiting for the Shoxy moment where he just flips over, you know. He's like, oh yes, no, I am just here to kill. Haha. And then, and then 3 rounds in, like, okay, this is what we're doing, guys.
Get me back into it. Yeah, I hope he'll resist. I want him to resist that urge. Just because
I'm very curious to see if he's capable of it. It's gonna be fun. I mean, it's really gonna be exciting to watch this G2 progression now. But Astralis, that was a critical round for Astralis, of course. Obviously, this first half was going against them. It's 8-4 right now in favor of G2 on CT. And so Astralis really do need to pick up the remaining 3 rounds. And whoa, through the smoke, Magisk is going to get lucky and take down Emanek. That's big.
Hardly seems fair, does it?
I mean, it's about time, right? That duel has been going on for freaking 13 rounds.
Yeah.
So on the 13th round, unlucky for Emanek.
Nexa down in the pit. Oh, he needs some backup now. It's a great job taking down Magisk, pushing aggressively, and they didn't really check that too hard. There was also a little bit of a help from Flashbang. I think Nexa going to go straight for it, and he nearly spins to take down Sip. So incredible recovery here for G2. I actually thought they were in a tough position. There are so many little cool details. I actually would love to watch. I would love to see how well that Flashbang lands from Kenny to help out Nexa in the pit, but also, once they're 4 and 5, they don't just sit around and wait and say, "Oh, let's see what happens." They go and find the kill on Magisk down in lower dark, and that is a huge problem for Astralis in a bunch of different ways. Oh, he only just jumped up. I need to see that.
Dude.
Maybe it didn't look like that from Nico's point of view, but from Glaive's point of view, he must have been thinking, "What is happening?" I was diving into the trenches there and somehow still died. 9-4.
Dude, that's gross.
He's such a monster. This is why I really don't want Nico calling. I like.
Yeah.
We've been cheated out of having this version of Nico for way too long. By Nico himself, unfortunately, but I don't care. I just want him to return to this. Unbelievable.
It's just weird having this camera angle on Nico, because I always just think of Super Sedum, you know? It's like cold sliding around the corner. Kyota. But that was a bit of a moment there, you know? Look at this. Look at this flick. What? Wait, but he wasn't even on the screen anymore.
I don't think
we need to enhance.
Yeah, listen.
What is going on? Did Glaive just get CSGO'd?
I think he got Nico, didn't he?
All right, well.
Get out.
Yeah, get out of town. Full buy coming in from G2, half buy from Astralis. Quite a few nades, actually, with the pistol and Kevlar for Astralis. So they've got options. They've invested a bit. And well, G2, I mean, full buy with double AUG on top of the AWP from Kenny. So they've got some versatility as well on their side. So I'm very curious to see here as G2 just go for a default 2-1-2 setup. Nico playing from CT, just holding mid.
Yeah. I mean, test for G. It would have been nice if you could have pulled the trigger right then. Not going to get caught by the flash at all. Seems like he's handling this very well. But yeah, I mean, just like Astralis did screw up one of their rounds earlier to Tony Pistols, it's obviously important that G2 don't, themselves fall to this kind of a round. And they're handling it fine, so...
Yeesh.
No real issue. But note, I mean, it's really a small point to bring up, but notice how none of them are, hunting for frags. They weren't taking crazy wild duels in the middle. They weren't doing anything like that. They were saying, fine, whatever, We'll fall back, we'll play it safe, we'll make sure that we can get these kills before we even begin to really lean into the round a little bit more. 15th round coming up.
So impressive with how confident right now G2 are. They're all just taking duels and hitting shots. Doesn't feel like they're worried at all about Astralis. In fact, it's Astralis, when you see them on the cams, that are the ones, they're kind of, shaking their heads, a lot of frowning. I mean, this is going to be the big play coming in from Astralis, trying to force G2 onto their back foot, and it's just not happening. Amanek holds the line on this B site. Astralis, they're getting whittled down as Divine. Well, it's Dupree left, and not for long. Whoa, what a last round. Just brutal.
Look, they end the half with 3 people on $16,000. That should tell you everything you need to know. What an absolutely impressive performance from G2.
3-3-3.
Yeah, we are going to go to a break, and then we'll be right back with the second half. Yeah.
For a while there, I wasn't really paying attention to the kills. I was kind of paying attention to the money more than anything, just because that's the important thing. But like 3-3 on Dupree, Zipnix, and Glaive, just completely absent. Small wonder that Astralis are struggling if those guys can't hit anything right now. So G2, I mean, if this persists, I see G2 just stomping their way through this first map and things getting real complicated for Astralis going into Nuke.
I forgot what my prediction was. I did pick Astralis. I thought I'd pick
you
too.
picked Astralis.
So now it's even worse for me.
Listen, this is where you're just,
I've cheated myself somehow. That is next level, though. Not getting caught by the flash in the middle, so that's important for Glaive, obviously. Not to run away from that, or not to run right into that. 2 HGs on Sip and Glaive made me think that they have some sort of plan for explode. Actually, he's on the other side. I thought maybe they'd try and blow up a bomb plant on either bomb site if you save them, but it looks like Sip is just ready in case there's some sort of confirmation.
What are you doing if you're Bubsky in this situation?
Tag me in.
Yeah. Put me in, coach. Put me in. Sonic, please. Please. I mean, what do you do?
Who knows? Maybe you're just happy you're not in right now for what's being handled here. What they're doing on the G2 side. Over at long device, some smoke coming up. They're going to be jumping down through, and yeah, CT spawn smoked off. Glaive trying to guess that. It's a smart decision here for Device to fall this far back, and no one really going down. Would have been great with a headshot here for the Danish side, but they haven't really managed to land it, and now they're going to be falling back. And in a pistol round, you can be more than sure that they're not going to have a Molotov on that catwalk. They are going to have the double nade, and that double HG could still be really interesting. Just hold on and see what that actually brings. Or maybe nothing.
The flank coming in, and there's a second one as well. That's Kenny S dropping him. It's all on Device, and not for long. Nico continues his reign of terror. 2 kills at the end for him. Puts him up at 25 kills. And, well, entirely possible at this rate that he just picks up a nice clean 30 bomb against Astralis to kick off the series and to make his presence felt. It did look like a fairly one-sided affair for G2 versus Furia yesterday, and well, it looks like they're not interested in letting that slow down any. Although it is worth mentioning that Astralis, and this was pointed out by the desk. Thank you, thank you obviously to our wonderful analyst, Pimp and Maniac. But Astralis, this is not a good map for them. They've recently struggled quite a bit on it.
Sure.
This is the return of the Golden Five, right? But it is still not a map where we should be expecting the most from Astralis, and it probably would have been shocking to see them really beating up on G2 here. That being said, I mean, it is still G2 just running game on Astralis.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely reasonable to take that into consideration when you're watching this. G2 again, I would say, with a strong game plan in that pistol round. Taking catwalk, fair play. You get the bomb down eventually. That all seems pretty standard. But then actually interrupting the retake by pushing out middle and flanking them. I mean, that's just a nice little twist to the whole thing. Sometimes people do just go catwalk and say, let's just all group up here and wait and see what happens, and we'll stop them from defusing. But
I guess that's the whole thing, was just being proactive.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting for them to push in, just taking the fight to them. Don't even let them get started. I like it. Yeah, well, you've got the race car in CT right now with that scoot. Device kind of zipping around. Oh, thought he hit that. Not quite.
I don't even know what level of comeback we're talking about here from Astralis. They just don't seem like they're really in this map right now. Maybe that's what they need to accomplish, is to get people warmed up. Right, you know what? This is probably not going to be our map, but let's not go into the second map with 3 out of 5 members essentially not really feeling that good about it.
All the SMGs pretty much here on G2, although we are going to get Nico, another eco frag. Man, talk about cutting it close. 6 seconds and the bomb gets planted. That HE, had it caught the wrong guy, could have been real nasty. Instead, Amanek holding top mid right now. Zip makes last man alive with the Deagle Kevlar.
It's probably not necessary to run the clock down that low.
Yeah, that was just a little awkward. Man, Amanek rewarded for his stealthiness there. Camped up top, picks up another kill.
He's got 27 and 7. The 2 highest fraggers on Astralis are Device and Magus, get 11 kills each. So.
Yeah. No, Nico's a savage. It's pretty wild. And after that round now for Astralis, it's another round of eco coming in here for the Danes. Should give G2 a 10-round lead going into the first buy round for Astralis on the G2 side. There's the HE. Dupree down to half HP already. Unfortunately for him, he's going to have to back off, and Astralis losing control of long means they can get those AKs into play if they want. Take advantage of that range.
This is the kind of round that, well, nearly the kind of round that G2 ended up winning on the CT side, because Astralis stumbled into Catwalk. Not really seeing G2 put on the same kind of thing, are we? They're being pretty measured about it. Even if that had been like a triple nade out long, it would have just been a Hunter blown up, essentially, right? Like, it wouldn't have been the whole G2 team. So, yeah, really careful. Really, I guess from like a action viewership point of view, maybe you think, ah, man, why aren't they just finishing this round? It's easy. But from a playing reasonable Counter-Strike point of view, this is great.
Dude, nothing goes right for them. This is brutal. Unfortunately for Nico, he's not going to find another one. Still 2 kills. I'm just waiting. 30 bomb. He's got 2 rounds now. He's definitely getting another one.
This, I mean, certainly for the fall season here at Blast Premier, this has got to be close to some sort of record in terms of one map and just what he's been doing here. I don't know who's keeping an eye on that, but I'm sure someone is. So
yeah, Dupree's little head shake there kind of says it all, doesn't it? Sometimes you're just feeling like you're getting beat up and there's not a whole lot you can do. I'm pretty sure Astralis right now are feeling a bit helpless. Well, now, I mean, they don't even upgrade G2. They still just go with 2 AKs and 3 SMGs.
Yeah, I mean, they have the money to buy in the next round anyway, so I think for them it's like a bonus, right? Saying it's fine. If we end up losing it, just go for a nice buy. Decent attempt at a grenade. It will do some damage to Hunter. That's definitely helpful. Device out here. It's a pretty good flick to take down Nexa, and he's going to do very similarly to what Kenny was doing. Fall back, go for the retake. And I think that's still a good idea. Now, Sip in the middle will take down Amanek, who was trying to, you know, play spoiler down the middle and stop them from rotating in. This is going to be very hard now for G2 to hold this, even with the 2 AKs here. It's a good grenade, but it's also 3 on 5, and the flashes are coming in. Kenny will get the kill on Sip, and he's going to have to stand really tall here.
Yeah, Nico was there to try to help out. I got your back, dude. I was wondering where that flash was going to come through, and unfortunately, yeah, sure, it flashed Kenny, but it also flashed his teammate.
Strong retake. A good job on Astralis. We've been saying bad things about them for, I don't know, 20 minutes in a row. But this was good. So credit where it is due. That's the kind of stuff they need much more of.
Well, you know, that's the thing. They just wanted to give Nico more opportunities to get 30, to get the 30 bomb manders.
Oh, there's. He's already good. He's already there. I mean, he's like, I don't think anything can stop that from happening. It's meant to be, isn't it? 20th round. Yeah, and there's the buy coin. Even after this, they have a lot of money on the G2 side. Nice shot from Kenny to drop Glaive. Smoke going up at the corner. Maybe Astralis read that as, okay, they're just going to smoke it off, and maybe there won't be that orb on the other side immediately. I mean, that smoke that the T's throw to that corner over long it's so common. Any number of rounds.
Well, we've all heard the magic stick ring out before. Glad to see that you still got that one. Oh, well, Kenny with the man advantage going to be leading the way here. Zipnik's trying to hold under a little bit of a clever angle, actually. But he's going to get spotted. Gig is up. There's the flash. Try to stop him, and he's going to find a kill. Takes down Hunter. Sets himself up for another one here, possibly. No, Nico takes his head off, and that's the 30 bomb.
It is Dupree back here. Not going to be able to stop him. He's just running into the bomb site and getting headshots. No scope, not connecting from Kenny. The bomb is in the middle. What an unfortunate accident. That's a key part of the ingredient, isn't it, Sam? You do need that bomb. 40 seconds, they're going to be charging in. Device will take one down. Or G2, they would have been in such a winnable position here. Nico's going to get one, but he's still up against Device, who's up on the other side, and Device will get the headshot. That helps out quite a bit. Such a close round. I think with the bomb plant, they probably have that one too. 32 kills on Nico.
So wild, though, wasn't it? I mean, that's a position where you're holding your breath because you think Nico can do it.
The flash that Sip through there, you notice he doesn't turn around for it. It's somehow like it's obscured by the scaffolding so that he doesn't have to turn. That's a very interesting advantage. I mean, the timing is hard to get, I'm sure, but that looked really cool.
He's probably put a little bit of work into that one, getting that dialed in.
Absolute nerd, isn't he?
Dude, devil's in the details, right? You gotta be aware of all details. I don't think you win as many tournaments as the Astralis have and not be putting in that little fine work, right?
Yeah, lost a little bit.
It's 14-6. G2 still 2 rounds off of a first map win in the series. And well, it's a full buy on both sides. A little bit more of a patient approach this time from G2, taking their time to clear out Catwalk. We'll want to delay anything, any quick rotations coming over from Astralis towards a B if this turns into a B split.
Yes. Still a minute here. And they're holding it for a long time, G2. They want to make absolutely sure that Astralis are not pushing really anywhere on the map. I mean, yeah, it still feels more like a B split, doesn't it? Nico charging out, making some noise, but the rest are down middle. Yeah, this is going to be a B split. Let's see if Astralis can hold it. They don't have anyone in middle, so it's going to be up to the 2 B defenders to do anything. And that pretty much means, doing it flawlessly. They even snipe away a Device there, almost with a kill. Could have been maybe there on Glaive. He's going to go down anyway, and that's the B bomb site down to 1 man. And it's Sip with 25 seconds. He's going to spray one. Kenny's out there as well. 20 seconds, and he's just going to charge in with a Glock. That's a good idea, but Sip will stand tall, and it's a triple for him. Very important round.
Is this where we see the revival of Astralis? Because they no longer have to execute on the T side. They don't no longer have to have, strats. And the strats that they were throwing towards the end there looked pretty paper, cut and dried.
Yeah.
Kind of easy to read for G2. But now they're on the CT side. Now they just get to sit and turret up and wait for G2 to come to them. Is this where, dude, it is Astralis.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Really.
You're not seeing it?
No.
Not yet? Is it not even just peeking over the horizon, maybe?
No, because I think G2 are so close to winning all these rounds. This was so well thought out, right? Device goes down to Nico over at the catwalk, and they execute a B split where no one is in middle. I mean, I would say 9 times out of 10 you just win that round immediately. So I think Astralis is just only barely holding on to this at all. I really think it's tricky. The Astralis fans though are amazing. One of them had green screened himself out, so there was just the Astralis logo.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
The ultimate goal of all Astralis ultras.
He's just become the logo.
become Astralis. There will only be Astralis, Anders.
You're gonna have to convince G2 of that for the minute. I don't think they quite agree. Dupree could have been run down. That is scary. Only armor on Amanek though with the Tech 9, so should be okay. Astralis should be winning this one without too many casualties. So
why is it that with Nico and a Deagle, I still think that he'll hit that headshot on Zip? As Zip challenges through the doors. I'm just sitting there like, don't challenge him. Don't do it. Nico can definitely bop you.
All right, 14-8. I'm just not even close to convinced that Astralis can do this.
Not even
close.
Another 8 rounds, Anders. Really?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you just look at the numbers, yeah, you know, could be done.
And my VR couldn't put him away yesterday.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna need to see a lot more things out of Astralis. Just a lot more things.
Well, they started 3-3-3. Zip is now up to 10. Glaive is at 8, and Dupree at 8. So we're starting to get them waking up a bit here.
The amount of people that they've had alive in the last 4 rounds that they won here.
Yeah.
It's good that they've won 4 in a row, but
Getting progressively better.
it's.
I like how I'm making the case for Astralis. Right? Like, come on, you're gonna believe this, Anders.
I don't mind. You could be right. Like,
Hop on this train.
listen, when it's time, I definitely will. I'll buy that ticket and I'll go for it.
You're
But
Danish too. You get a discount.
yeah, maybe that's probably true. But still, right now I'm swept up in just enjoying T2 playing the game. So some great grenades, you know. Again, taking Hunter down very low. Nico dropping low. Looks like a long and catwalk split onto the A bomb site. Astralis have a decent kind of a defense here, but very often in these kind of fights here, it very much depends who goes down first. So if you lose one on A or one on long from Astralis' point of view, if one of those players go down, it can get really awkward because then you have to make up your mind quickly about where you want to defend. You can't be defending both positions suddenly anymore. Glaive hiding inside of the smoke, and this is very clever. It doesn't seem like they've really thought about it either. Haven't checked for it, so if he gets a double kill here, that's the end of the round, and Hunter was already low, so perfect play coming out from Glaive. And now they're still challenging, and I guess they'll be fine now. It's a 1 versus 4, but probably not even all that necessary. Next, they're going to be charging in, trying to do some more damage, and he won't be able to do it, so that was a smart play from Glaive, and overall, Astralis were well set up for exactly that kind of an attack from G2. And if we should, give any kind of criticism to G2, as far as I can tell, they weren't doing anything to convince Astralis that it wasn't going to be that kind of a setup, right? There was not much noise middle or B or anything, right? So Astralis probably felt pretty safe, keeping everyone over on that side.
Glaive is looking dialed in as well. Probably hitting into it. We've
got to
been
be.
made aware that by device in a recent interview that Magisk is still calling a lot of the shots, like 70-80% of the time it's Magisk calling, with Glaive helping out. But I mean, if Glaive gets a bit more comfortable, could see him just making all the difference here. It's a 3-on-3 scenario though. Smoke gonna go down. Bomb is on the B site, and G2, this is a Nico round. This is still setting it up. 1-for-1 trade. Now Glaive able to take the fight. But that is brutal, and this is really gonna put Astralis in a very tough situation now. 1v2 retake for device.
Walking around with his knife out, just to say, I know you're not going to be here any longer. It's pretty bold. He's actually gone the whole way. I can't believe it. Why has he not got the rifle out? What is he doing?
The timing, though.
Yeah, there it finally is, but I don't think they're going to guess that he's here already, so let's just see. He's going to have to scope, and that'll give it away. There's one, but right in front of him, Hunter's ready and waiting, and the no-scope not connecting. It'll be the grenade and the shot to follow it up, and that's 15 for G2, and it's just based off of a B rush that completely works.
Can't watch.
You're going to have to, Sarah. That's what we're getting paid.
That just went right over his shoulder. Oh, so close.
I did. It was almost there. But that wasn't obviously the problem. The problem was going down to that B rush, right? Like not having quite the right grenades, not quite having quite the right protocol. They want to do it again. I love this. Some real attitude coming out from G2 just saying, you know what? Let's just see if you learned from last time. And if not, then you're going to lose in a painful way. It seems like they have very good counter nades coming out here. Dupree swinging for the fight. He sees Kenny, and that is how you shut it down. Nice triple from Dupree. Nico in the middle here. Tag in at the very least, but Glaive will take him down. 10-15.
Just slapping. And there is the double AWP save. Who takes that second op? Do you give it to Dupree? Who's going to have that one? It's, they've got it all. Yeah, Dupree's going to go ahead and pick up that second AWP. There's an AK in play as well that can get handed over to Magisk, and Device obviously going to take an op of his own. And, well, G2, they are going to have enough money to squeak a bye here in the 26th round. Map point, and Kenny gets his head taken off by Dupree in mid.
Wow.
What a shot. Oh, man. Where was that? That was brutal. It's so even across this. It's so funny. Everybody's sitting around 16, 18 kills, and then you just got Nico 35.
Yeah.
All the eco frags.
It is outrageous.
Give him all the eco frags.
Well, listen, you're not going to get... You need 5 more rounds here on the Astralis side. You're not going to get many rounds that start like this one, where Dupree will just snipe away Kenny in the middle. So enjoy it while it lasts, because I know these are the rounds, again, you have to win. You've given yourself such a gift at the beginning. Do not throw it away, basically. Flash out there, not going to slow anyone down. Meg is getting tagged in return, and look, Device is so alone out here. He's actually in a lot of trouble. He could get shot from the catwalk just in time. A little bit of help from Glaive on that UMP, but that's not going to help with the flames here. That doesn't even put out everything, and he burns alive. Device, I think, was there 2 Molotovs, or did he only put on half of it? I don't know what's going on here. Glaive goes down to Hunter, and just like that, it's looking like it's just meant to be here for G2. Perfect time for that long push, and they absolutely catch them out. 2 versus 3, 30 seconds, and the bomb is going to be going down. Nice attempt from Dupree. That's not a bad try at all. Sip nearly lining up for a double there, but it's not going to matter. 15 health left in a 1 versus 2, and I don't know how he's possibly going to get in here and go for this retake. It's just going to be so hard. He gets one. No! Absolutely impossible! They gave him almost nothing at all to work with, and he just destroyed their whole world.
What a shot on Nico. I'm
Just,
going to enjoy watching this replay. Hold on. Let's just go ahead and get ready here.
there's only going to be very few people in the world that can do this. Just only very, very few.
Man. Sometimes it's got to happen, Anders. Sometimes it's just got to happen. He knew where both of them were. And with that AK, man, what a shot on Amanek. Glaive can't even believe it. Nicely done. That is certainly going to be frustrating for G2. No, they know that they had that round in the bag.
Yeah, they really did.
Even the game was on G2's side there, Anders.
Yeah.
That smoke not canceling out the molly on Device. What is that?
Yeah.
What are these shenanigans?
Listen, it's... there was a lot going on in that round, for sure. And that is definitely a G2 round.
Because if Device stays alive there, he holds that line on long. You got to deal with him at some point. You're not getting up onto that bomb site. Totally different scenario. Still, this is everything we hoped for here for this match. Fantastic stuff. Astralis 1 round closer. 15-11 G2 on map point on that T side. But it's a bye round for both teams now. Double AWP still in play here for Astralis as well. Well, G2, they've gone away from the B rush. They've gone away from the A. So now it's just kind of hang around and post up in mid here and hope that somebody peeks.
See what's happening for a minute, yeah. But again, just remember that last round, right? They got the kill on Kenny and everything else, and that long defense wasn't really... There's nothing really there for Astralis. So even though they win the round at the end to sip that, that's an amazing clutch from him. But I would still say, you look at the overall defense. I'm not that excited. Yeah, they're doing the same thing. I completely understand this from G2's point of view. Thinking everything worked. All we need to do is basically not get clutched by Sip. Meg is, though, in a better position this time, and he's going to get a kill. That's a big difference from last time. He lines up a big double there. Device going to be throwing down that grenade, and they step right on it. That's a much better long defense, and that's the kind of thing you want to see. If you want to get your way here and get to overtime, those are the kind of things you need. They will be finding Glaive. That's a nice kill there in CT spawn, and now what's going to happen here? 2-on-2, Sip and Dupree versus Hunter and Amanek.
Oh, not wasting time. They're going to take the fight to him. Do not let G2 get comfortable, but Hunter's going to take full advantage. Instead, it's Amanek actually finding the headshot on Zipnix. And once again, Dupree, 1v2. Can he clutch it? Full flash, and it's just not meant to be. Hunter shuts him down. 16-11 on the first map for G2 here on Dust 2. And, well, they look really good. Astralis are showing some fight, and that bodes well for Nuke, which is going to be coming up next in the series.
Discussions. Generally, there were people making that case for, but it's been a long time. So, yeah. Generally, there were people making that case for, but it's been a long time. So, yeah, I definitely want to see Nico trying to and try and see if he can get up there again, because it is really, really fun to watch. He does have an incredible style. Well, here we go. Astralis with 2 Molotovs and flashbangs in a pistol round, already taking over ramp. This is a really unorthodox buy coming out from Astralis, and I wonder if G2 are going to be quite ready for it. Device is in there. Molotovs. Actually, that Molotov failed. I think it was in the middle of everything. It was meant to be on the hut. Not that it really matters right now, but that's kind of scary. But Device is on the ladder just right underneath them. They haven't seen him yet. The bomb is planted as well. And now, actually, yeah, staying alive out here is so much better. Let's see if he can just... yeah, I was going to say, don't even show you're there. It's way too soon. Now they can try the retake 4 versus 5. I think he went way too early on that, but it's hard to call, isn't it? Dupree will take down Nico, and it's back into a 4-on-4.
Yeah, I mean, there's such a big information gap here as Kenny and Hunter are going to push forward. Hunter with another one, and Glaive is down to 5 HP. Just like that, it is G2 just going to be taking over completely. All of the angles are covered. Hunter with another kill makes a triple for him in this pistol round. G2 hit the ground running on the CT side. And while Device tried to be the hero there, and it may have slowed things down, that's what that's the thing, where it's like he goes down and then G2 have to second guess. They have to be like, is he the only one out here? Do we have to worry about getting flanked from somewhere else? Is that the play that he's going for there, Device?
I really think that is just, again, them like waking up to like sort of remembering a little bit more, or sorry, there's just even the fact that he spots 3 people there and that he saw, you know, one guy, like there's just so much information that he just pass on. They have the bomb down and everything. I can't think of a very good reason why Device is the one to initiate the fight in that moment. That's kind of risky.
He's looking pretty dialed in. This has actually got to be one of the earliest tactical timeouts that we've ever seen. I mean, lose the pistol, call a timeout. Not every day that you see this from any team out there. That's interesting here from Astralis, really trying to set things up. They are going to go for the 4 spy. They're going to max out on nades with the pistols.
Guys, we've already lost track of the plan. What are we doing? Yeah, I mean, I would read that even as a sign of the frustration from that whole scenario, because he was in such an amazing position, right? Doesn't mean you're definitely going to win it or anything like that, but it definitely means that you know, you should be getting a kill and staying alive. I still think staying alive is more valuable. Even if he got a kill and got traded, I would still have said I don't think that's worth it. I think it's, you know, don't be doing that. And the bomb was only just planted, right? Like if they had a lot of time, G2, it's not like they were under a lot of pressure. If we're down to late in the bomb timer, then yeah, maybe you can start to try and you know, do a little bit more. All right, similar setup here. Molotovs go everywhere. It's the triple of Molotovs, the flashes. They used this yesterday against the, was it MIBR? And it worked just the same. It's such a powerful strategy. Amanek going to be getting shut down to 19 health. In fact, I actually put out a clip on Twitter, Samla. I was showing people this exact setup. I'm kind of happy about how that worked out.
Was it on Skybox?
It was on Skybox, yes. And I like that. Yeah, it worked out exactly the same. So yeah, they Molotov the hot, they Molotov behind the silo where the sort of default position is for any A anchor, and then they Molotov that far corner where the vent is, where people usually stand, and then they have an incredible timing on the flashbangs. I think Device was throwing essentially 2 flashbangs from the T roof, and you know, he's just kind of be counting like 2 seconds between them, but it's just enough that it's very hard because you're running out of the fire into the flashbang, and then you have to turn around to dodge the next flashbang. It's just always going to be tricky. So what an execute from Astralis. That was very cool. Job well done.
Yeah, super clean, and clearly the setup that they've fine-tuned as a unit of 5 here on Nuke, that was key. All of a sudden, the tactical timeout is worth it. Slowing things down to set up for that play worked wonderfully. They even managed to save both Augs of FAMAS. I mean,
yeah,
that's brutal as far as Astralis are concerned. They're going to be loving life right now.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of a turnaround, actually, you make a great point, especially with the weapons picked up. That's actually a bit of a disaster for G2. It's early on, but still, that's not what you would love to see. If they had just won around with, I don't know, the Eagles, but hadn't really picked anything up, and it was like a one-on-one, and Astralis barely win it, then yeah, that's different. But the fact that it's that one-sided, and they just get all the rifles for free, that's definitely bad news. Hunter missing the chance for a 1D. He's had a 3rd chance now. He's running out of bullets, and well, still a 2-on-2. Somehow that took so long, and there was no punishment, and I don't even know how that happens. Yeah, in a very tough spot here. He should be getting attacked from the other way. It's Sip to get that one, and now it's a 1-on-1. And he has got armor here next. So this is so winnable for him.
Yeah, MP9 up close. If Zipnix makes any noise at all. Nexus electing to just hold. All right, what is he? What did he say there? What did he say? All right, we'll get to that after this because Maze just wrote something in the chat. He meant to write it in team chat. Instead, he put it in the hole. So we have luckily got a translator live here with us on site. We'll be getting to that to you in just a moment.
He wasn't giving anything away. He was just saying, I really just wanted to hold him there. I think that was Magus Trump maybe fighting, and he just didn't want to actually go and fight him. He just wanted to hold him in that corner. So.
Okay, there were a bunch of stars there too, so I'm guessing he had some colorful language.
I'm sure that he did. The timing here, look at the patience on Nexa. Like, he's the one that's under a lot of pressure to try and find out where Sip is and make sure he gets close to the bomb and all of that. And he's not been walking into anything. And Sip, probably a little bit frustrated, out in the open. Going to be a little bit of an attempt there. 8 seconds left, and swings for it again. And Sip, no! One more time for the clutch.
2 health.
It's just disgusting.
2 HP left on Zipnix with that clutch. And when he backs off, you're thinking that's it. He's done. He's decided. He's capitulated, right? As soon as you try and back off, you're on the defensive. You're on the back foot. Not with Zip. That's all just a mind game from Zipnix. He's just baiting it in. Boom. Just drops him.
I can't believe it.
Unreal. 2-1 on the T side for Astralis. Once again, the clutch. So sick from Zipnix. I don't think anybody else pulls that off, but Zip, he's just made of sterner stuff.
Listen, Nexa played that round so well. Just like everything about that was really well done. I don't even know how you win those rounds. It's just completely absurd. Vegas going forward. There is a bit of a trap for him here. Yeah, that's not bad at all. More showing up, and Amanek even stumbling back down the stairs. We'll get the headshot on Dupree with the 5-7. So now it's a 3-on-4. And outside, and that's a pretty good return, but the stolen AK. Nico now hunting them slowly. Kenny gonna get shot at the back, but still a 2-on-2. And I mean, nothing else. It's still an amazing round out of G2, even if they don't end up winning it. It's still looking really good. Amanek nearly catching Sip. And now it's Nico 1 versus 2, but he does not have armor, and that is just a giant problem here.
It's certainly been communicated that Zipnix is very low. So his prime concern is going to be Glaive. Fresh smoke going down on up of those is going to definitely slow things down for him here. You can see him just stomping along. He doesn't really care if they hear that either. There is only one option. He's not about to run through a smoke.
Yeah, and he might just give it up here.
So, hey, this is appropriate from Nico.
Yeah.
Hold on to the AK. Dude, we saw what he was capable of with the AK on Dust 2. If he holds on to that gun going into the next round, he could be just ruining Astralis completely, although he is looking to be in position to try and cut them off as they get away. Not going to hit it.
I love that. It's a good try. Sip goes up with the bomb, if nothing else, meant that they couldn't just run straight out. And I think you're right, though. That second smoke that goes down in Mini is, that's the thing that makes it kind of impossible on top of the lack of armor and kit. So still a very dangerous round. I mean, G2, again, not letting Astralis just get away with everything for free here, which is really good to see. Got to keep that pressure on Kenny on the AWP. And we'll see. First really even fight here for both sides. No head armor on 3 of the players, and Sip does have that Mac 10, so that makes me a little bit nervous. Doesn't have to be a disaster, but Nexa does have head armor down there at ramp. He's going to be running away, and won't really run into the grenade, but they're still hunting him. They're going for him, and this is a little bit of a problem. He's only going to get the 1 kill. Back up there, Hunter, range, and nice shot. And just closing the door behind him. All very sensible. They have the advantage now. 3 versus 4. Let him get the bomb down and get everyone in here for the retake.
What a gentleman. You don't want to let it draft in. You know, always keep that door closed. And while Molly going to be going down, it is still a man advantage for Astralis, and I think this is still going to be fairly tricky here for G2, considering device. You know, they've got the angles here, Astralis. There are a lot of information getting gained, though, for G2, as they realize now that Dupree was holding close. He needed to take one with him, though.
The grenade could kill Amanek. Oh, it's not quite going to do that. Doing damage to Hunter, but maybe that doesn't even matter. Nico goes down, and now it's all on Glaive. 1 versus 3. He's going to pick that up. I don't know about the smokes, though. He's going to get one right through. I thought maybe they would have just taken the fight. Did they not have a kit? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think they had a kit. Otherwise, maybe they could have gone straight for it, but that's a round for Astralis, and it was looking very, very dire. It's a nice triple kill on Glaive. Wow, that's interesting.
Looking zoned in as well. Let's see it here from Glaive's perspective again. That is the must-win shot right there. Dropping the vent player. After that, it is all on him, and it turns out that Zip isn't the only one in these situations. He manages to pull off another one. Astralis, 4-1. Once again, just 1 player surviving for them. Their economy is not getting out of control, but they are getting runs on the board of T-side nuke. G2, though, are going to be the ones to call for the timeout now. Trying to slow down the pace a little bit here. I like it.
I really can't believe it. I was so ready to see him just fall to all of that. Not because he wasn't SIP, just because I thought, what is he going to be doing from that position, you know? And then when they smoke him, they actually give him, first of all, they give him a way out of the corner, and they give him always the chance to just go for the full spray, and just even if there was another one diffusing behind it, like he could have kept that spray up for a while. He was slow on health, so I thought maybe that would have been better. Who knows? I don't think they had a kit. I think that's probably what changed their minds about it and said, you know what, this is going to be too rough. So 4-1 regardless, and G2 with, well, they had an M4 in Nico, not so much anymore.
No, unfortunately for him. Nice little bait there. Oh, he gets the follow-up, takes Kenny out of the fight. I like that, though. Realizes what's going on. Uses that rifle for bait. Amanek now with the AUG, though, is going to win this duel if Magus peeks into him. So Magus needs to be careful not to overstay his welcome. It would be really unfortunate to lose this advantage. And yeah, he realizes it and backs off.
Yeah, super reasonable play. Sure, you do feel a little bit fired up when you get the first 2 kills. You're like, all right, let's take more. But it is much smarter to change your mind. Nexa with the Deagle, bit of an unusual position. It doesn't really work out, but it definitely could have. Leaving Hunter with a picked up M4.
It's like me with the Deagle. Where are all the bullets going?
Like almost all of us with the Deagle, isn't it?
Yeah, and then you get Nico, just makes life easy. I don't get it. Just how does this work? All right, 5-1. This is it. Let's see. What are we going to get out of G2? Should be the full buy across the board for both teams. G2 have solid money. Kenny's going to get that AWP in play.
I mean, this is such a good start for Astralis. Don't want to take anything away from them, but man, some of these rounds have just been way too close. And yeah, we'll see if G2 can withstand the pressure. I mean, that's something else, right? We talked about the honeymoon phase. We talked about yeah, they've been playing a very powerful couple of games of Counter-Strike so far with this new lineup. But it's always different when you start to suddenly feel the pressure and you're like, oh man, this is not working so well. And like, you know, now we're under a little bit more scrutiny, and some of the rounds that we really want to clutch and we feel like we're ours suddenly go the other way. That puts a different part of the team to the test, and that's the the mental part, right? How do you survive tough rounds? Looking like a very similar type execute here. Again, this is the one that Astralis really enjoy doing. So Molotov there, not quite committing to the rest of it. Maybe just trying to force something out.
I think that's it. Trying to bait a reaction. I mean, it is keeping 3 players solid on the A site right now for G2. Yeah. Those nades coming in there. And now we'll get that smoke wall coming down outside. There is only going to be the one player, Nico. And he lets his presence get felt here with that, well, not only the HE onto Magus, but dropping that smoke. Dupree catches him and getting aggressive. And Zipnik's there. Whoa! Hunter, get out!
don't want to blow yourself up. Kenny back here in the corner. Going to be smoking up the squeak door. 40 seconds. Oh, this could turn into a very interesting round for a whole number of reasons. The lack of time here for Astralis is about to become an absolute disaster for them. 30 seconds on nuke is really not that much time, especially when you get down lower as well. I think they've left themselves a little time. I think they've made a bit of an error in calculation here on the Danish side. Are they going to go back up the ladder over at the A-bomb site with 18 seconds left? This should really never work, but maybe it will. Kenny knows they're walking in right on top of him. It's been called through. Nice shot, but they're jumping down, raining in. It's Device with the kill. They're going to get the bomb plant. I can't believe it. That little time, and it actually works. They were even heard. Talk about threading the needle here for Astralis. Now, Nico and Nexa are going to be left, and that's a great headshot, leaving Device 1 versus 2. And they don't have a smoke or a Molotov or anything to get rid of him up here, so he could do something, but it still will not be easy.
Oh, so difficult. So many angles to worry about. As you can see, he hears the footsteps, gets that shot, and he's somehow able to get out. Nico a second too late, not going to be able to trade it, and that bomb's ticking down now. Device toying with Nico, and this is just going to be the game. And Nico, he has to back off. He has to tap out. Not enough time, no smoke to cover the defuse.
Wow. Think about how it's so hard for Device to step out that far to get the kill because he's exposed from everywhere when he's doing that. That is Yeah, very, very hard. It would have been the tempting thing for Device would have been to wait there for the defuse tap, and then you try and take the fight with whoever was covering. But that's also how you get shot in the face. So, what? Some of these rounds, I think 3 out of these rounds that Astralis have, 3 out of 6 have been very, very close. I'm sure G2 right now must have a feeling of like we could have had.
Oh yeah.
This could have been way different. We could have had at least 4 rounds on the board.
Oh yeah. It's been what, 3 big clutches?
Yeah.
For Astralis out of the 6 rounds that they have right now. So, and if I'm not mistaken, yeah, that is G2 with the pistol round as well. So G2, you know, it's just it's depressing if you're on G2 because just like we win the pistol, fantastic, this is all gonna work, this is gonna be great, awesome, and then Astralis takes 6 rounds in a row, just shatter you.
Absolutely wild, isn't it? Nico though, he was I think did they do that same run boost that we saw the other day where you get up to that hut out on out in the yard really quickly, or the hut I guess up on top of a garage?
The spicy hut, yeah, that's such a nasty play. Especially because if you die up there, that's it. The gun's up there. Your teammates are never getting that gun back.
It's done. But it's still kind of cool. I mean, he sniped off someone. It's so early in the round. Slowed Astralis right down. And now the rest of G2. I mean, this is what happened last time. They went to go attack Astralis and actually lost that duel. This time, if they wait, again, 40 seconds, you can run into trouble. Nuke is such a strange and complicated map for that reason, amongst others. Here we go, attacking Glaive. He's taken 3. Definitely could have been a 4th, but now they're down in the lower part of the side. I think this still might be quite all right for Astralis.
Still possible, absolutely.
Oh no.
Oh, they've got it. They should have every advantage here, Astralis. Although, oh man, getting so chaotic. Magus with the Kevlar, I think, makes all the difference in that close quarters fight. He's able to take more of it, but that's it. Makes holding the angle. Doesn't flip the shot. Thought he was going to miss that one for a second, and he is going to lock down Nico as well. Man, these are just, I don't want to say sloppy, but scary fights.
Yeah.
Feels like it could break either way there. That vent fight, for example, feels like a 50-50. Toss a coin, who gets that kill?
Yeah, absolutely. And all they had in that round was 4. So just starts off with a little kill on the yard, and it actually turns into a 1-on-2 at the end there.
Doesn't change the fact that Astralis are still sitting pretty with 7 rounds, right? 7-1 on Seaside Nuke right now.
Yeah, it is really impressive. Shouldn't take anything away from them. They're doing a remarkable job at the moment. But it's hard also not to, it's got to shake the feeling that G2 are somehow still not that far behind. You know, they're just a clutch away all the time from stepping right back into the game. We'll see if they can find it here. Running out of time a little bit here in the first half to really get that done, though.
Smoke wall early as well here from Astralis, changing up the pace a little bit.
Oh,
Nico counter, yeah, just instantly cancels it out. But now nobody's there to see that smoke go down from Nico, from Astralis.
They're not, and look at it, he's looking over it, so he can call it into his teammates saying, well, yeah, they've done all of the tricks like they were going to come outside, but they're not. And again, it looks like that kind of a setup here. We'll see if they're going to be able to do it. Actually, yeah, so almost the same. Yeah, there's that one in the corner. So the same triangle of Molotovs, but it's a variation. They're trying to see if they can throw them for a loop. And I mean, this is just a cool little update on the metagame that you're seeing. It looks like they're still winning the fights here, G2, but that was clearly an attempt to try and throw them for a complete loop, saying we're going to do all the same things. What a wonderful little treat we got here. 30 seconds to try and fight your way back at a 3-on-5, and they're already showing up. It's a good shot on Nexa. Nico also missing maybe a chance, but it's going to do a lot of damage to the device. See if they can even get a bomb plant right here. Nico goes down, Hunter opening the door, and there's nobody covering Sip. He's going to get sniped from the door itself, and now it's a 2-on-3, and there's just 10 seconds left. I don't know how you fight your way back in this one. You need to get the bomb plant right now, and it's on the other side. Go pick it up. Oh, Dupree waited too long for sure, and trying to back off here is Device. He's going to get caught in the last possible second.
Luckily for him as well.
Yeah.
If he dies a half second later there, he doesn't get any money at the end of that round. Instead, the streak is over for Astralis. And, well, I mean, the big detail there for me is once you have the man advantage, I think G2 are pretty much set, right? That's Astralis getting a little bit too complicated. Yeah. But Kenny showing some real discipline. Takes that first shot, misses it, and you can see it. For a second, he's like, I'm going to repeak, right? I'm ready. And then he does a 180 and backs off and sets up to try and punish Astralis having to push him. You can really see, just in the details here, feels like once upon a time Kenny would have gone for that repeat, and whether it worked or not. But some change, some evolution to the style, a little bit more discipline on it, and I really appreciate that. I really like to see it. Kenny is just such a monster.
And I reckon, I mean, the timing, you could see it outside, right? And you could see it towards ramp. The timing they were looking for, Astralis, was to catch people rotating to help the A-bomb side, right? So they were hoping to get that, and they just, for both positions, that didn't work. So once that's out of the picture, I don't know, like, you almost have to say, well, now we're kind of done, you know? But I still think it's very cool. It's great to see them use the strategy once and then use it again later, but this time essentially for a giant fake, so, and to bait out rotations. Very interesting.
Nicely done, Nico, abusing the edge of the smoke, even doing some damage. What? He got claved through the smoke as well?
Yes, he did.
Ridiculous.
Oh, man.
Well, this is, I mean, a golden opportunity here for G2 to just start running it back. CT Nuke, after all, perfectly capable of just doing this over and over again for the rest of the half.
Yeah, and Astralis don't really have the money. They don't have the loss bonus. Yeah. So you could do a whole lot from this position. Hunter all the way at the top at 12-7 right now, so it's been a pretty cool game from him, but we'll see. This is again where I would start looking for discipline on G2. 3 versus 5. Make sure you don't just die for no reason here. I mean, make sure it's at least to accomplish something for your team.
The beautiful thing is that Nico is, yep, he's already on the flank. He heard them go by the entire time, and yep, he's going to be able to catch Zipnix right in the back. And so G2 were perfectly set up to receive Astralis on that lower site. Shouldn't be a hope for them.
That's pretty nasty.
Obnoxiously good. 4 kills. And that's a 3rd round on the board for G2. Critical. You can see, starting to see a bit of excitement here on the G2 camp. I like the coach getting a little bit active there with the hands.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm G2, I don't know, hopefully I wouldn't be thinking it right in the middle of the game, but I'd certainly at some point be thinking, man, we could have had this way earlier. This could have been from like 4th or 5th round. We could have been in this mode.
Oh, yeah.
So,
without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, it's just when you got a bunch of 1v1 clutches that are right away, just a kick in the teeth, isn't it? But
who likes that?
Not generally.
All right. Well, they make it down with the Tech-9s. That's interesting. They jump behind the smoke. I don't like when people do that. I think it gives a chance for that ult to get put in the work. Nexa, that's a great spray down. He nearly took down Magus. Okay. Woo. Put to bed by Device. I don't know. He had the lineup for a Device looking for more and more, and I can't believe that he got it. 3rd bullet as well, and just kept on trusting it. And now the bomb is going to be down, and it's Nico and Hunter left. And they must salvage this round. If they let this one go, it is a disaster.
That timing, and just like that, Device has an op. But unfortunately for him, yeah, he peeks into it. The timing does not work out whatsoever.
How would you guess that Sip is here? As long as Magus is alive, Sip could find a kill, and suddenly it's a 2-on-1. There's no reason for them to check this. Oh, he misses a little bit of a chance. Hunter low on health, and Sip knows it. He must have heard the dink. There's Magus going down, and now Sip is forced into a little bit of action here behind the actual silo, and Nico to save the day, while Hunter is defusing again. It's the brothers Kovac to take care of business. Does sound like a law firm when you say it like that, but still, 7-4.
Seeing it from next perspective here, the double spray to save the day. Just made it all the Device. Yeah.
Actually, can we do that? Can we say Kovac and Kovac and just they're laying down the law?
They're laying down.
Can someone Photoshop that?
See them as like Judge Judy or something.
Judge Judy.
Just pointing the gavel.
Say Judge Dredd.
Oh, haha, yeah. Better reference.
Well, regardless.
Nico doesn't have a shred of mercy. Much like Dredd.
Yeah. Certainly not. Very important round for them to win, obviously. Almost spun out of control. Managed to stay alive. Amanek and Hunter, some good defense. Almost let Astralis so far into the bomb site that it could have been, a disaster. But in the end, it worked out all right. Triple on Hunter, up to 18, and a 7-5 scoreline. I think this game has opened up quite a bit in terms of who could be winning it. I think we're into something way more interesting now. So if you were if you were bored earlier, thinking, man, Astralis is just going to sweep this map off, I'd say time to mentally tune back in, because this is a pretty open game at the moment.
Well, this is definitely Astralis. I mean, Astralis are by no means done yet. This is definitely some G2 showing some resilience here. So we knew they were capable of all along. It was going against them at the beginning of the half. Sometimes Lady Luck just doesn't favor you, and that's the way it goes. And now looks like she's giving them a little bit of a wink. And G2 are starting to have things go their way. 5 rounds now for G2 on the CT side. Astralis still in the lead with 7. Well, Kenny Aggro hasn't done this yet. Ow, and he gets him! What a shot on device! Split second, and he doesn't miss!
He was the third man in line. He was all the way back in T-spawn. There were 2 people that were closer than Device, so he must just be scratching his head thinking, why? Why me? Kenny might be thinking the same thing, though, getting executed from Magus. And Nico, I don't think Magus would have known that he was there, but he fired the rifle just in time for Magus to swing back. So turnaround coming in here for Astralis. A round that could have been very, very tricky, but I don't know. Magus doing hardly what he's supposed to do. That's one of the things that makes him such a hard opponent. Amanek spraying through Molotov on the side. A lot of things to manage all at the same time, Zemler.
That's what you get. Trying to be a good Samaritan, put out the fire.
Yeah.
Then the hoodlums just showed up. No.
Feed the homeless, doing a bunch of things. Astralis just don't care.
No. Astralis, dude, Vikings, saw that as weakness. Take all your stuff. And well, Hunter now. Well, what can you really do? All right, so that's, I mean, it's got to be just equal despair for Kenny at that point. You know, stroke shot, you got a great one on a device, that was perfect. And then you get shot in the back. Done so.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a slight miscommunication. I don't know. I'm sure they just weren't thinking that Magus was gonna just go there that quickly.
You must be thinking that Nico has his back at that point, right?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it was like a residual effect from the fact that Kenny got a shot on device and he was so far away that Kenny doesn't even really think about the fact that there could be someone way closer. I don't know. A lot of guesswork on my side here. 8-5, 14th round. Maybe a lot of money on G2 from having just lost that round, and the other one was close. So I'm kind of impressed that they have this buy, and it's good because that means even in the 15th round, if they lose this one, they can still put up a bit of a fight. Here we go. Astralis setting up. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's a nasty HE. Just lob it up there. The free already down to half HP, but hey, that's Device with that AWP. He's opened it up, takes down Kenny S. So man advantage for Astralis, and Zipnix will take Hunter. Looks like Hunter was trying to get cheeky in lobby, and now Amanek wondering what he can do. He's got that AUG in hand, and he's going to find the instant headshot on Zipnix, trying to fight and bring it back here, Astralis. But the pressure's going to be on now for Nexa. Flashes in. He's got to back off. He cannot wait. In the meantime, Amanek trying to get cute. Lurking through the smoke does not work. You do not fool the magician. Hits that shot and brings it to a 4-on-2 for Astralis. Although Nexa just couldn't be happier. Picks up one and misses the opportunity to get another.
I bet he could have been happier if he would have had the M4A4. I bet that would have been at least a double kill. Could have been definitely more than that. Oh, man.
Heart attack for Astralis there.
It definitely was, but spraying down with that M4A1, it's just not quick enough, is it? Nico, he wasn't spotted now. They need to think here. Nico dropping down the vent. Oh, man. Taking out Glaive, and from a 1-on-3 into a 1-on-1, he's going to try and go for it. Do it again. Just one more shot will absolutely do it. And Device, he's just got the AWP up there. If he misses a shot, I mean, Nico's got all the space in the world. He's out. Device down on the low ground. He's got the gun out instead. And Nico! 1 versus 3, and he clutches it for his team. Absolutely. What a god.
Just ice water, man. No. And they all just happen to show up right in front of him here. This kill on Dupree as Dupree just drops in front of Nico. And sick follow-up on Glaive. Just everything is there.
Well, so the problem is the first kill that he gets up in Mini, that's the one that's super excusable for Astralis, right? That's where they're thinking, well, we don't know what he is, so how do you hide from him? And like, you're just not sure, right?
Sure.
But then once you get that, the 2 versus 1, I don't know. I'm sure Glaive is feeling super confident that I've got the position, I'm ready, but...
Well, it's a reaction game at that point. I mean, it's It's Glaive has got to be just pulling that trigger instantly in the split second that it takes Nico to recover from that drop, right?
Yeah.
Except that Nico's just too damn fast.
And Glaive was very low on health.
Yeah. But it took one bullet to take down Glaive, right? So, I mean, advantage Nico in that sort of scenario, I guess.
Yeah, it's hard to judge them, but man, we've had
what a brilliant first half.
Yeah, we've had such an unusual amount of clutches going on in this game, in this new game so far. It's really been all over the place.
And well, now it feels like a real treat. We get another full buy from both of these teams. Huh. Well, let's see. What's going to be the variety this time? As Astralis do take over lobby, holding for any aggression.
15th round, yeah. Last of the half.
But again, Nico is going to be spotting this and saying there is nobody here behind this wall of smokes, outside in yard. And so the focus from G2, they are going to be ready for lobby. They are going to be ready for ramp.
Let's see what they can do here. Grenade gonna go, and Kenny, first one with an encounter. He just pushes into it. That is incredibly bold. Don't know if he realized that there was no one else in there, but if there'd been someone waiting, he might have been dead. So amazing defense early on. Amanek also with a kill, of course, and 5 versus 3. And that's all the grenades from Astralis used in that. Nico, not even gonna waste the bullets. Just go straight for it. Yeah, he's ready for more. Clicking away, Glaive. You all knew that was happening. Every single person watching will have seen, yep. When he is in this mode of playing, what an absolute delight.
It's just so clean. It's just no joke. Well, Nex is there to pick up the final kill, and it's 8-7 in favor of Astralis on the T side, but what a comeback. The entire first half is nothing but Astralis, but then it just flips hard, and G2 take full control from there on out. Redemption for G2 at the end of that first half, but we're going to be taking a quick break, and we'll come back with the second right after that. But that's like the example he gives, CS like in the word check, which has both sounds.
I know.
Which is it?
I know. But still, I like I want to get it right. I don't want to mess it up. So let's just make sure that we know. There are lots of fun comments to be made around like the double Kovac, setup. So like one or the other. I want to be sure. So help us out. Astralis going to be on the CT side. It's T side for G2, and it is clean down the middle as we go into the second half. Pistol here, jump around the corner. Oh, Device, he must be upset. He was waiting for it. It would have been an easy kill as well, but it didn't even touch the ground, did he? Nexa charging in. Sip with a pretty good response. Meg is there to help out. Sip just regaining a little bit of momentum here, but he does not have enough bullets, so it's still a 3-on-3. Now they're being flanked before they even set up anything down at the site, and the bomb has been lost to G2, so it's an absolutely chaotic round. No one knows what's happening in this round any longer, and now Hunter wants to chime in. If he would have had that kill, I mean, we were right back in play.
For a second, I believed Anders.
Madness.
For a second, I believed he was going to get that and bring it back to a one-on-one clutch scenario. But yeah, this was the first opening shot where Device gets pasted against the wall. Not the best. Certainly not what G2 were hoping for. They were definitely looking for that second pistol round win, although it didn't really help him last time in the first half. They've now successfully managed to give that up. So Astralis get the strong start on the CT side, and G2 will not go for the 4 spy. They will be going for what is essentially a hard eco. Straight down the fences, 1, and Dupree not able to pick up that kill. Denied. Device already in location to go ahead and stop that bomb plant from happening. Unfortunately for Amanek, no bonus money for his team in this round.
Yeah, but a great idea, I think, for G2. It's all about
for it.
Yeah, and it's all about where they're set up. I mean, if Astralis are out of position, there's nothing you can really do about it once he's down the vents, but they just happen to be there, so fair play. Easy setup here. Quad kill for Sip and a lot of money with the MP9.
Filthy money.
Happy about that for sure.
And does he go, do you want an AWP device? Can hook that up for you if you want. Make that happen. But he doesn't. In fact, no. Everybody's just going to be holding on to their gear, Astralis. Whereas G2, after that round, are going to go for the AKs. It's definitely going to be a bit light on the nades. Okay, yeah. We'll be able to pick it up. It gets a decoy.
And why, though? Why the decoy?
Just reasons. He likes to make noise. But double digits now for Astralis. 10 rounds on the CT side. G2, do they just go for the gather? Try and swamp it? Looks like maybe the name of the game here for G2. And well, Zipnix, with an MP9, he will be hard-pressed if enough bodies come at him.
Yeah, I think Nico he's a one-man army outside with the AK, and the rest are pushing ramp right into that MP9. Going to be a pretty good Molotov to slow them down at the very least. I don't think they were even going for it. They're just saying, let's just take ramp. And that's reasonable. Fair play to G2. It's so early on that they have plenty of time to change their minds. And they might even just be waiting to see if Nico's going to find a kill behind this, you know, movement around. Yeah, he's just looking and saying, is anyone going to be coming for anything? Yeah, I think that's the plan. But they're not getting their way at the moment. Astralis are being incredibly passive right now. Which is, I mean, it's working out. It's to their credit. Only down to the 1 HE and the flashbang here on the G2 side. So I mean, yeah, this is going to be tricky. The one flashbang to enter the bomb site. It works if you're pushing at someone holding just a grenade. Oh, debris! Down into the fire. And Device will get a kill at the very least. This grenade, surely, yeah, Kenny explodes. Now 20 seconds, Sip running up from behind, and a 2-on-3. I don't think they have the time. I think that's really what's messing this up for G2 more than anything else. If they had a minute here, it would be really doable to win this 2-on-2, but with just 10 seconds, I'm not sure. Surely Sip is going to be running through any second now. A little bit of noise. He actually doesn't get into the bomb is down, but it might not matter. Hunter, low on health, and he will go down. Close round, and I don't know, they made that way more competitive to G2 than I thought. But they're not winning the round. Oh, do they want to bind this round, do you think so? That would be interesting if they did.
That really would be a scenario. But I mean, nades are so critical now in a buy round. We've seen what happens to teams where they just try and force it. Low nade count, just try to get in there with rifles. Well, that just happened in kind of G2 right there, you know, low nade count, just trying to force it with rifles. And MIVR were trying yesterday, and it was not working against Astralis. I don't think G2 are going to make that mistake again. It is going to be the half buy coming in here from G2. Pistols, Kevlar. And well, Hunter's got the nade, so he definitely should not be dying, but they are taking a bit of damage there from that molly.
Device is hearing them burning on the other side, right? So it's just so much confirmation for him. Back here with the USP, nearly picking up the kill, but he has done enough for now, so yeah, that worked out very well.
That timing.
Usually it's Glaive that loves to play aggressive out in the yard. That's one of the things he is super well known for.
Maybe just playing off a spawn there?
Yeah, I mean, could have been something like that. Still, that's a nicely handled round. There's nothing going wrong. Again, I'm still not really over that one round on Dust 2 where they rushed the catwalk and died at USP, so I'm still angry about that.
You're still holding on to that one?
Oh yeah, I'm holding on to that grudge. I'm not going to let it go. But I'm glad to see them sort of round out like this one out. I think that was important, you know. Even important for Astralis themselves just to prove, you know what, we're not just going to give you that many rounds like that. So I think that's important. 12-7, and it's looking good. It's looking super winnable for Astralis right now. They've got the money, they've got the round lead. G2 seem to be relying, I think, a little bit more in this one on someone like Nico outside with the AK, right? We've seen that a couple of rounds, and it kind of makes sense because he is such a beast with it, but if you're not getting the kills, then is there a plan B? Maybe not.
Well, we saw that first half of Dust 2. Where you're not getting the kills. So there was no plan B for Astralis. They had 3 players with 3 kills each, and they just got trounced, right? So, yeah, that's always the thing. We kind of say that since the beginning, right? Where you can have all the strats in the world, but if you guys aren't hitting headshots, it's going to be real hard. Strats should make that easier, but if they still aren't coming through, life is going to be very difficult indeed. Well, Device decides to back off. Nico is right hot on his heels. Nico still holding the angle. Nice HEs going in, but this is a tremendous amount of damage. Big pressure getting put out from G2 onto this A side. Mega's expecting to get wrapped. He's got his teammate helping him. Glaive has got his back. And who is that? Hunter getting down the ramp? No, Hunter holding outside. It's Kenny S pushing down to B side. Zipnix stops him in his tracks, and we're into a 2-on-2.
And now, who has sight on who is where at the moment. I can't believe that Magisk was saved by Glaive. That was an amazing save. He was absolutely dead and somehow got just bailed out. All right, well, bomb is coming through the window, it seems like, which, I mean, that would give all the time in the world here for Sip, at least to hear it and know that it's coming. They have to break that glass. Don't think it is broken on either side, so yeah, they'd love it. Oh, it is! They walk right through, so forget about that. Gonna go for the fight right there, but Sip goes down, and now it's a one-on-one. Hunter versus Magisk.
Whoa, Magisk is so far away.
Yeah, wrapping around, maybe expecting an A kind of play.
Oh, buddy. Does Magisk actually see us coming?
Nicely done. Good setup with the flashbang, but it doesn't matter. Hunter with a triple kill, and that was an all-out chaotic round. There were so many things happening. I don't know how we could break it all down. 2-on-2, though. Very, very close, obviously. I think if Glaive doesn't save Magisk, G2 just win it on the A-bomb side straight up.
100%, yeah, 100%. Device getting caught by Nico at the beginning there certainly did not help anything either. Vadmelek, yeah, getting into it.
Shout out to Hunter, 23 kills. That's pretty impressive right here. Done a good job.
Well, that's the end of the Astralis streak here at the first half. 4 rounds in a row for Astralis, putting them up to 12 on the CT side. And now G2, they've got 8, and they're looking good. But there is enough money for Astralis to get that buy-in. So Device, glass cannon, AWP from him. Rifles on everybody else. A little light on the nades, but still, decent count. And G2 maneuvering outside. We'll get that smoke wall down. And deny information to Astralis. Whoa, that smoke going down from Glaive is so nasty.
Yeah.
That's not going to stop Nico from taking point and pushing the lower halls. And so now it is going to be Glaive in position, trying to get that information to see if they committed past or if he managed to make it down here in time. He might be able to squeak right on. Oh, unbelievable how this timing works out. But now he's going to be spotting a whole bunch of them. Nico takes a bullet to the side of the head. No way for him to respond. Unbelievable that Glaive manages to thread that needle. He's going to drop right in. Doesn't get the second kill. Unfortunate.
Man, I was going to say maybe they could have even played for time there, but G2 just don't even slow down. They go straight for it. So 4-on-4 and no armor on Device. Only one smoke. They don't have that much to go for it. But I kind of understand why they're falling back from this. Even, I mean, normally 4-on-4, you say, just go for it, but don't really think they don't have the money. If they lose this, then G2 bounce up to 10 rounds pretty quickly. Interesting, interesting. Listen, I think if G2 slow it down instead of hunting for Glaive, then Astralis get into way better positions, and suddenly it's a super close round. So I guess credit to G2 for just going straight for it. I mean, sometimes rushing into a bomb side of that can definitely be the wrong move, but they made the right call in that round for sure. Take him out before his friends show up. All right, 12-9. It is anybody's game in this map still.
Yeah, 100%. And it's worth mentioning that it is G2 in the lead right now in this best-of-3 series. Winner match of the group. Up 1-0 after a pretty solid victory, obviously, for G2. Defeat for Astralis on Dust 2. So if you missed that, it was a pretty big beating. I mean, Nico, it was really just the Nico show.
It was.
He just took over. But here on Nuke, it's getting spicy. Oh, the nice delay. Pushing through. Total obliteration on the upper site. The run and gun coming in from Kenny as well. Zip and Glaive, the last two alive here for Astralis, but that bomb is going to get planted unless they can make a play in the next few seconds. It's going to be real hard for them. And that molly going down, just going to shave even more time off this clock.
They have 2 Molotovs themselves, Astralis, but just like last round, you really want to throw it away in case this goes wrong. Kenny in the corner. Sure, there we go, finally spreading, and he's burning alive. 2-on-2, jumping down, they get the kill, and Amanek, he's far away. They have a kit, and it's planted on the wrong side. He's gonna have to think about that. He has to go straight away, he can't go slow. He has to swing wide, and oh, there we go. He does get the defuse in. Oh, man. I can't believe it. The last tick of that Molotov just far enough to catch him, and then they just fall like dominoes afterwards. That is a ridiculous round for Astralis to win, but they did.
And it's Astralis that call for the timeout right now, the TAC timeout. This is just so quick from G2 as well. It really looked like they had this entire upper A side on control, but Kenny S just getting caught in that corner, burnt alive. So brutal. Yeah, you can see. That's a tough one. That's going to be a tough one to shake.
Listen, it's not the eyes rolling back in the head, Nico. That's got to be a an upgrade.
It's true. Nico Cam, haven't had that in a while.
It's been a hot minute. Again, add it to the list of absolutely absurd rounds we've had on this nuke map. There have just been so many of them. 13-9. Astralis gotta be feeling really. I mean, I guess the thing is, they won that round 1-on-1, right? So it was. I think it was only one. It was 2 surviving. I think it was just 1. So yeah, they're gonna have almost no money here. Ooh. Magisk in the corner, he was flashed, nobody could see him, and there's the spray down. Big double, continues it, a quad kill. He's wrecked them all. That is so absurd. They just passed him. That might very well be a 4-3 type resolution thing, and the fact that everyone was flashed, nobody knew.
Everybody's flashed, including G2. It's just a split-second thing, Anders. He literally just made it past as Adamanek is turning left. Magisk is going past his right shoulder.
What in God's name is going on in this game?
Unreal.
You can't make it all. You couldn't, if you wanted to produce a frag movie with your friends where you were just making it all up, you had to choreograph that with your friends, that you couldn't do it. Like, it's so close.
Oh. And Dupree just really getting out there in yard. Haven't had this aggression for a little bit. So hoping to catch somebody out there on G2, but it just did not work out. Instead, oh, has been spotted going down the vents. Nico looking to create a little bit of room.
But even spotted, that is such a, it's a fantastic move for Nexa.
Who managed to make it down there? Is it Nexa?
I think it was Nexa, yeah, with the Mac 10.
Yeah.
It's such a smart play. It almost would be better if he got spotted in some sense. I mean, maybe not, but it does force Astralis to do something. To think about it. They've got Glaive down there. They've got Sip down there as well, I think. Might be out looking for a nice shot for Device. Haven't seen too much AWPing from him here on Nuke, and he's so exposed. Still going to go down, though, to Kenny. 4-on-4 now in 50 seconds.
Bizarre. Trying to make plays there. Device really going back at it, and that's going to end up costing him. Gives the advantage back to G2 in this tight situation, although Dupree on the flank catches Hunter wide open. Well, now, if you're G2, what do you do?
I really don't know how Dupree got back there either.
Just count on Kenny.
I'm losing control a little bit myself here.
Kenny is just the hero right now. Those are 2 key kills from Kenny. Zipnik's still alive, though. He could be the one to ruin their day as Nex is going to peek at that information. Not able to get the kill on Kenny. Somehow the man survives with 7 HP. There's Dupree once again.
No bomb plant. It was down to the last second, and they badly needed that bomb plant. Still a Molotov here on Dupree. Is he going to try and put it in? Yes, around the silo, but he's flashed as he's throwing it, and it doesn't go back there, and Dupree is going to be going down. There's no predicting these rounds. It's out of control. 14-10. Astralis, I mean, they're going to put together a buy here, but I don't even know what is going on. I have many questions I need answered. I need a whole team of experts assembled afterwards to just try and follow up on this.
Man, that's such a kick in the pants for Dupree as well, because he gets the flank on Hunter, and he denies the first bomb plant attempt from Kenny. I mean, just everything right there from Dupree. But sometimes the rounds just do not work out for you, and so it will be the force on both sides here. G2, enough money for the full. And well, Astralis cutting corners. No kits, light on nades. But good gear, good rifles. And this time around, it is Device out in garage, backed up by Glaive in a moment. There's going to be a chance here. Nico looking for this fight. Glaive wins it convincingly as well. Man advantage now, and Device could be the real one to make a hero here. Big difference, and there it is, the shot. 2-man advantage now for Astralis.
And now then, again, this is where you want to see that deep breath here. This is a round they cannot give away. 3 versus 5. It's going to get them to 15, and it's going to severely impact G2's economy. So, yeah. This is just where you want to play on all of those years of routine, right? Do not give this round up. We all deserve a third map, don't we?
Indeed we do.
It's been amazing. timing on that smoke is going to be really, very annoying. Next, they're hoping to catch someone at the edge, but 40 seconds left right here. They need an entry just that's incredibly clean, and then Sip is saying, no thanks. Straight headshot through the smoke. Don't know if you saw shoulder or not, but it doesn't really matter at this point in time. Device goes down, and that is also not really that relevant. They should be able to save the AWP, and it will be 15 for Astralis. A round away here from taking us on to the third map.
It's just so weird. I don't think of Device as a Kenny kind of opper. It feels like watching Device right now. It's kind of watching Kenny. Or like a Kenny style, like aggressive, getting in there, trying to, you know, re-peak angles or get close quarters. For whatever reason, that's not the Device that I think of when I think of an opper, right? Of an opping Device.
No.
I think of a Kenny doing that. That's close quarters combat with Kenny. Yeah, he'll just harpoon you with that AWP.
Yeah, that's what you think, isn't it? But I mean, he's done very many different things over the course of his career, Device, with the AWP alone, right?
True.
Definitely been a few different approaches to it.
What I really liked back in the day with Shadow.gg was Device was the first one to start using heat maps as well, as far as I know. But he was the one using heat maps to figure out tendencies of opposing oppers.
Yeah.
How often do they go to certain spots on maps within which window of time, so that he could play a numbers game, essentially, with how he held angles. Super cool. Super cool stuff.
I think definitely there was a lot of research going into it, yeah. I'm sure there still is, but... yeah, I mean...
now I imagine most people are doing that, right? But I think he was the one who's really one of those front runners.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely sort of the next stage of the game in a bunch of different ways, but it's also pretty resource intensive. Glaive will go down. Meg is next in line. G2 with almost no weapons, just charging the bomb site and essentially wrapping on it from Mini and Hut at the same time. And it works absolutely perfectly. So Astralis need to pack it up and save these guns, because they're not going to have that much money either. I was going to say, man, that third map is almost already here. G2 saying it's not. Could still be overtime. That is actually a classic push. Running on top of that mini roof and just stomping right in there. Big plays. This time there was no Magisk in the corner. Really interesting. So, they're going to be saving the guns. I am getting more and more people, Semler, just checking real quick, saying it is the Kovac sound more than it is like the...
it's a ch sound.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
The ch, ch.
Yeah. And we might still be messing up, because that's a sound that doesn't really exist that much in English in the same way. So, you know...
very much so, yeah.
I think it's so early on that children develop around phonemes, is what it's called. The sounds that you need to make, you know, for your language.
Can you roll an R?
Yeah, I probably can.
Okay, let's hear it.
No, no. But I think I can. But there are a bunch of them that are you know, really, really hard to do in. I think it's L in Japanese that like Japanese.
They struggle, yeah.
Yeah, but if you teach them how to do it, like then you can actually teach it to them, but it just doesn't really exist as a sound, right? So if we screw it up, we're sorry. We're trying our best.
At the very beginning.
Device. You said, you know, close range combat. He's walked all the way up. Not going to open the door quite, but he's tunnel vision, literally.
Yeah. He's just living this life of looking through a cardboard tube.
Living out the dream of being a pirate looking into the coast.
Avast. He could very well be searching for booty right now, Anders, because this is map point for Astralis and 4 of them. And well, he could be the one, right, to make the difference with that AWP. Are G2 expecting this? Doubtful.
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly being really really aggressive with it, and so is Sip. Smoke, I think, there for Heaven. Yeah, nice smoke. And Dupree a little bit forward in the hut. They're outside though, and Device will pick off one there on Nexa, but this could still be just fine for G2 in the sense that they've made their way downstairs. They're going to knock out Sip, and losing one guy in upper. Oh, wow. Nico back with the headshots again. That's good strike fear in the hearts of everyone. Finally taken down, still 30 seconds, so enough time to put the bomb down. And Nico sneaking around, Hunter sneaking around the back there to make sure that even if it was an attempted retake here, it would be very hard to deal with. No kit on Dupree, so I think any dreams of fancy Ninja Diffuse is probably not going to happen.
That's what he wants, that AWP.
Yeah.
Maybe looking to see if he can get a party shot. Oh, he just checked, and I don't think he saw it. Did we see somebody managing guns from G2 there?
No,
that would have been next level.
Steal that away. Yeah. It's going to be 12 rounds for G2, so they are well within striking distance. The money, all of a sudden, is a huge factor for Astralis in terms of how many more actual rifle rounds they can get out here. And if they could put a stop to G2, if it goes into overtime, that would be something. I would really enjoy that. '28th round coming up. The countdown slowly fading away. AWP on Kenny, AWP on Device. Limited head armor on Astralis. It shouldn't make any kind of a big difference unless they're being wallbanged, really. No kit at all. Keep that in mind for later. Glaive outside. Like I said earlier, usually I think of Glaive as being the aggressive one out here. I feel like they've been doing it so much that G2 will surely be checking. I mean, they could ignore him if they go this way, but I don't think this is going to be the sort of play that will catch them off guard. Oh, he heard that scope. Yeah, that's why he's looking for it. Good thinking on Glaive.
And nobody peeked into it either. The Device is going to be on the lower tunnels, and this is going to be that big shot. Last we saw, Nico eviscerates Xyp9x here in the last round. Taking point again. Nico, no fear. There it is. This time, Jiggle right into it, and dupree's there to help his teammate out. There's a crossfire established. Kenny is going to be ready. Clips Device through the floor, though. Concrete saving him, but not from the HE. Kenny hunts him down. And now Magisk versus Nexa on the upper. Things are going to get real interesting here in just a moment as Glaive is going to spot Hunter coming around. Shadow on the floor, going to see Kenny as well. No, Kenny's close enough. They stack up. Just barely survived the encounter, and Magisk peeks in. Dude, Kenny is coming alive in this round.
I can't believe he maybe would have had that shot too. It looked like it was right on Xyp. But he was accurate, and dupree, look at that, running through the fire to catch them. This is so smart. Yeah, there's no reason they should be expecting that. They just put down the Molotov, and he ran straight through it. Brilliant play out of dupree. Now it's Nexa. He has the bomb. 1 versus 2. We've seen so many clutches. Is there going to be another one? Oh, they're going almost straight for him, but he does hold it. That's a lot of nerve. Holding it down. If he dies, that's it. Map is done. And now he's sneaking back. He has the smoke and everything else. Is he going to find a good use for it or just go straight for it here with the M4? Yeah, dupree is coming in from the one angle and up on the high ground. You see without the X-ray, yeah, that's so hard to spot anyone. He has no idea where they're coming from right now. A little bit of noise being made. The one flashbang already used. The Nexa, this is his chance, but he's going to go down to Xyp, and they don't have the kit, so it's close, but they'll be able to get it. 16-12 at the end of Nuke in favor of Astralis, and that means, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go on to a third and final map. What a treat this has been. So many amazing plays, and we're going to get a whole nother map to revisit and relive all of that. I really can't wait for it. We will be back in MRBR, so we got so much more coming up on the channel here. You don't want to go anywhere. But right now, it's Astralis coming up on the channel here. You don't want to go anywhere. But right now, it's Astralis going to be on the CT side, G2 on the T side, and they're pushing middle in the pistol round. Oh, it's going to be a war and a battle in the middle. Meg is 2 headshots. Device as well, but a little bit of a return. Nico and Nexa making it possible still for G2 to win the round, but that was absolutely wild. Nearly getting shot at the back. Unbelievable. Did Magisk just take down 2 people on his own from there?
Looks like.
Wow.
The hero.
Well then, there's so much time that it's still very hard to know how this will play out.
Yep. Because if G2 spread out like this, you can see already that Astralis have to cover a lot of ground. And right now, Astralis, they've still left Magisk alone over towards B. So G2 group up and go to B. Fantastic. It's a 2v1 that favors them. Life is hunky-dory.
They're looking for them. They'd love to find just a stray CT somewhere that they can pick up.
And it's still a 2-on-2 retake. It's a tough one. You almost want to see Astralis just group up as 3. But Magisk with the spot, and it is going to be the move up. Banana here from G2 towards that B site. When is the rotation going to come through? The fake! Look at this play. Mind games on mind games right now. Xyp9x now rotating over, but he does not commit. Magisk is telling his teammates that he saw them in Banana, but they aren't on the site.
I'm actually really impressed that Astralis stood their ground on the A-bomb side like that. They're waiting it out. Look at the clock. 20 seconds. G2 probably right now feel like, yeah, you know what? Surely one will have rotated away, but they're definitely wrong about that. If any kills come through here for Astralis, they're not going to get close to this bomb plant at all. A little bit of a hiccup here. No connections going to the site. 6 seconds. They've got a good grenade in there, but it's not done yet. Still a USP on Nico. Could he come alive yet again? No, instead, it's Glaive to take him down, and I think Nexa is going to have an impossible task ahead of him, trying his best, but he's going to get triple teamed at the end, and Astralis will win the pistol. All right. He missed that last one. We saw that, Magus.
Oh, nope, he got him.
quick make fun of him. That was a steady target. Chicken. Tweet at him or something.
This is the match with the poultry. With the animals. Maybe you needed a snack, Anders. You know, it's hard work in a pistol. Guy got his kills. He should get some chicken. Good for him. But that's a 1-0 lead now for Astralis picking up the pistol here versus G2. And G2, right off the back of it, give Nico the AK, allow him to apply the pressure, shank your teammate in the back. Kenny starting the round at 70 HP.
Yeah, that'd be rough. It's kind of surprising they even actually got the bomb plant down, I'm not going to lie. I think if any one of them would have connected with a USP shot going into it, they don't even get that. And it's because of that bomb plant, of course, that they are able to buy what they can in this round. So, I thought that was going to be trouble over at Banana, but they didn't really take much damage.
No, they didn't. You're right. And the Molotov there. Very surprising stuff. So, I mean, the thing is you're expecting Nico to keep going aggressive in Banana like that and trying to pry it open with that AK, try and take Astralis by surprise. But instead, they just decided to back off once they forced the nades over there. And now it's going to be mid-control for G2. And they could set up for a pinch through CT. It's looking like it. The bomb is still hanging around in mid right now. Could swing either way.
If they get this kill over at Library on device, this A bomb site's going to fall so quick. Because those two people that are left are going to be in trouble. Very important the device stays alive. Now they can maybe call a little bit of backup. I think Glaive is running in from the B bomb site. So that at least has given them a fair warning of what's coming. But again, that one headshot I think would have made the round almost certainly. 37 seconds. G2 trying to get into this second round and make sure Astralis don't throw any kind of crazy roll. Great kickoff there, and Magus down to the pit. He's going to get overwhelmed. 28 seconds. That MP5, it does nothing to the box. Can't really wallbang with it like that. Nico nearly getting the kill, but it'll be Glaive to save his friend, at least for a second. And now it's a 2-on-3 and a bomb plant for G2.
Ridiculous how low that clock gets, and G2 able to win out in that fight. I think one of them got caught with a nade in his hand, if that was Dupree. But this is just going to be real nasty here, as it's almost an impossible situation. Glaive in the open, trying to create some room here for Xyp9x to maneuver. 2 players in the pit for G2. They're going to make life very difficult for Xyp9x. And Glaive caught in the open means G2 pick up the second round of this first half, tying it up 1-1. 2 M4 save to boot. 1. Disaster for Astralis. They had a setup here that should have been able to handle this push.
Well, yeah, maybe, but I think it really highlights just an ever-present danger on that A bomb site. When you let the T side get all the way to the end of the hallway and all the way to the hay cart, the split second from everything being peaceful and quiet and just all-out war on that side is so... Oh, God. He actually got that shot. Well, yeah, but it's such a short time that you can't really react. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that's something that Astralis have to think about in the future. Is how much map control do they let them have on that side? And I think it's partly just Astralis knew they didn't have that great weapon, so they probably didn't want to fight for it. But that was the result, pretty much. Nice shot on Kenny though. Makes things a little bit fun. Can we have another one? Maybe a deagle this time. Oh, yes we can.
This would be ignominious. Ignominious? It's a weird word to say, but it would be very unfortunate, we'll put it that way, for G2 if they were to lose against what is essentially an eco. Shot comes in, there's Xyp9x over the top. Oh, no way! Dupree sets it up, takes Nexa as well. 1-on-3 now. Nico, he is stuck on the B site, and he is boxed in. No more options. Device has picked up an M4. He's got Kevlar as well. And they have plenty of time for that smoke to clear and move in together here. Astralis going into the retake.
They have that one flashbang as well. I don't know if they want to use it or just find him straight away. No kits for obvious reasons. And yeah, I think they're hoping to see him somewhere. That's the only thing, is the element of surprise. Maybe get one quick kill. That's going to be the headshot. Yeah, he's being just into that corner, push all the time. He's going to get one more. Oh, tapping away. What a genius 1 versus 3 from Nico yet again.
He's so good. He is so good. Astralis, all right. There's so much there, but for Nico to just sit and run that clock down, and Astralis are expecting Nico to make the play. Nico to be the one.
Yeah.
Except that he waits just long enough to catch Astralis, get antsy, and say, okay, now we're going to have to go and get him. We're running out of time. We don't have a kit. And that's when Nico peaks. The game sense.
I mean, they just needed to see him. But that was wild. He is just a mechanical god. You can just tell. And yes, I get all the little asterisks you put in. Say, oh, well, they didn't have everything they wanted, and like there's stuff missing. Yeah, all great, but it doesn't change the fact that doing that is just very, very tricky. Oh, it's Zeus on the pre.
Outrageous. It's absolutely outrageous that he gets that. So 2-1. Those are the kinds of magic rounds, though. That's almost like a catwalk round from Dust 2, Anders, that you've been so concerned with. On Astralis' behalf, where they really let G2 pick up steam. I mean, that could be a round, a kind of clutch that turns it around here for G2 and just gives it all to them. It's going to put some serious pressure on Astralis at the beginning of this half. Astralis hard eco, apart from Dupree with the Zeus. Okay, fair enough.
He's got that going on. Boost in the back of the site to try and look over. It's a fun idea.
Close.
It did nothing at all, but...
He almost got it.
Yeah, well, I mean... Even if, right?
5 HP on Eminek. But yeah, they're not winning. Yeah. No, Hunter! He wanted the Zeus. There we go. All right.
If you watched this map being played between MIBR and Astralis, that was the third map as well when they were playing. One of the lessons from watching that was just how tricky things can get on the CT side when you don't have the grenades you need to make life hard for the Ts when they're trying to fight for banana and all the rest of it. MIBR got sort of stuck into that for a little while, and it was really hard for them to bring it back. And you could see here Astralis, I mean, yeah, they got grenades, but what, 2 Molotovs, some HGs, but then they're not going to be having the same exchange on banana as they will later on if they actually start to bring that money on their side. So right now, G2 are going to have, probably you can tell, next is ready and waiting, saying, well, there's no one really doing much. A little bit of a late grenade does 2 damage. But yes, I think this is where a lot of things will be easier for them than it will be later on.
Just focused right now at Astralis and the patience. Being low on the... They just decline. Apart from that HE, they just decline to spend any utility on banana this round.
Yeah.
Instead, they're just going to be completely focused on holding the site itself. And G2 are looking to take full advantage of this. Look at all the real estate that they have. They can just set up, no problem, on this B site. You do have Dupree, who's close to rotate over through Arch. He can get there fairly quickly to bolster this defense on B.
They're relocating. I mean, it's scary. They're both on the other side. Got some flashes to try and slow it down. But I don't think this will be easy. I think G2 have got a very, very good sense of this. They could smoke off Glaive, and then the question is, can he do anything to help out Sip inside of the bomb site?
There's just no info here at all.
No, there really isn't. And here we go. 27 seconds. They move past each other inside of the smoke. Unfortunately for Glaive, there's a firing squad waiting on the other side. Dupree showing up just in time. 18 seconds. Quite low on time. That's making me worried. Kenny, he's still not putting the bomb down. Are they going to try and stop him? 10 seconds left. They should swing for this fight, and they're not quite going to do it. They can't catch him, and that is now, I think, yeah, time to retreat. Meg is not going to get a chance. Actually, none of them will get a chance. Huge, huge round out of G2 right now.
Yeah, oh, Dupree's able to take one with him before Kenny gets him on the flank. Triple kill for Nexa in the round. And while that's, I mean, you could see the second guessing, but right now I think this is coming back to bite Astralis, this lack of knowledge, lack of info that they're having on this CT side. The A take from G2 earlier that you pointed out, where G2 were able to just go all the way up mid, practically all the way up short before anybody on Astralis has any idea where they are. And we just saw that again here from G2 on Banana. They're on the site before Astralis even have any idea that it's happening. They've got one guy throwing nades, so Astralis, even then, they don't know what it is. They could just think it's a fake at that point. They're only seeing one set of nades come out.
Yeah, you're right. They're not seeing a lot at all. And they don't have anything to counter it with, right? They can't throw down Molotovs to buy time. They just, all they can really do is just hope to get some kills, probably through smoke even. And I don't know, if Sip would have landed like a straight shot from the coffins to get a kill there, and Glaive could have taken out one through the smoke, yeah, I mean, then you can defend the bomb site. But that's putting a lot on some pretty random elements of the game. Sip, oh, he's a bullet away.
Super close.
And Hunter is making sure that they're not being shot in the back. So G2 back to that methodical play that we were really enjoying on Dust 2. It was really cool to see. And Astralis just don't have the money to fight. I mean, they're running into that problem right here. Shot from Glaive, I mean, that's good. Getting that kill.
That time the flash worked. He set it up earlier. Now G2 are getting cold feet. They're starting to second guess themselves on this B site. And we'll see the rotation over here. They know that nobody's pushed down from A.
Yeah.
So there's that to go off of. But it is looking like they want to rotate over towards A. 30 seconds on the clock. G2 could probably just go straight up short and get it done.
They could, but Magisk is in the pit with the Deagle. If he lands a straight Deagle shot, then it's time to hold your breath. He did see them. Gonna put out a little bit of a grenade there. Smoke to block him off. Dupree moving closer. There's the shot. Bomb down. 16 seconds. Device also in the corner, and he can't stay alive. Man, I mean, Magisk delivering on that one. That's all they needed, but G2 find a way to prevail, and more credit to them. That was kind of close. I mean, that could have gone horribly wrong.
Yeah, you called for it, Anders. Nearly pulled it off.
Sip definitely needs to save the rifle. I don't know if he's looking for an exit here, but I don't know why he would try and do anything else. Well, guess they're going to have money to buy. I still wish he would have saved the AK. Regardless, it is going to be 1 and 5 in favor of T2 right here. T-side Inferno, and yeah, I mean, some of these rounds are close. Still very interested to see how this will play out once they have the money that they need, Astralis. Like, that is, I still think, one of the big factors. Definitely not the only one, but it's something that they're going to be looking for. So they have a couple of more Molotovs this time. Fewer flashbangs. They have, in fact, only 3 flashbangs. That's kind of rare. But that's what they could afford. Oh, wow.
All of the mollies. Kenny down to half HP. He hasn't even seen anybody yet. Just getting orbital bombarded right now. That HE follow-up. Oh, I thought Next was about to walk right into that one. Still, 5-1. G2 on that T side looking fantastic so far in this first half of Inferno. Was definitely expecting a bit more here from Astralis, but now is their time to shine. They had all the nades, they have the rifles, they've done a tremendous amount of damage to G2 just through use of utility. And again, it's looking like G2 are drifting back over towards Banana. Well, this is a change of strategy from Astralis.
Yeah, just having Device there as the early guard and making sure. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. He has a smoke. If he spots anyone, if he doesn't just go straight down, he could fall back and smoke it off, and it should be all right at the very least. Next to do this, though, no, it's a quick flick coming out from Device. Now it's almost like they kind of have to go. Kenny setting up a smoke towards the library. Going to be flashing all over the building, and Magisk, nice headshot. And 2 of them are low now. The grenade, that's going to blow them up. Oh, it does almost nothing. I don't know where that went. It looked like it should have been at least a kill. Regardless, they are pretty safe in this moment. Jumping right down, it's Nico to drop the free. Wasn't quite flashed enough, and that'll be the round. Astralis handling all of that quite well. And now, finally, they're starting to build that money. It is going to make a difference.
Such an important round for them to keep as many people alive as well, Astralis. They needed a one-sided round right here, just so that they could start establishing a little bit of money in that bank. It was starting to get a little scary. And now, okay, this is it. G2 calling the timeout. And, well, right now it is probably just going to be a bit of a breather on their side. Might going to be taking it full advantage to get this team rallied up. Nico's so focused.
Well, I mean, they have a good lead. They have money to buy. Astralis have built up a tiny bit of money, but it's not that much. It's enough for the grenades they need. That's the good news. But it's still so early on that if G2 win this upcoming round, Astralis are going to be put right back into a very weird position.
Well, You got to be sure that Malek has been picking up on the fact that Astralis are information starved in these rounds. So how do you take advantage of that? How do you play for that? Do you just kind of sit and hold angles on your side? Because eventually Astralis are going to have to try and make some kind of information play, or are Astralis just going to sit forever and wait for you? It's that gamble right now.
A little bit of weakness over at the A side, yeah. I mean, we'll find out. They probably feel they've been so close to this A attack a couple of times that they might as well try it again. But this time, way earlier, so fast that Astralis might have been out of position. It looks like they're not, though. A lot of damage just from grenades once again onto G2. Excellent pick off, though. That's going to make it very hard. Sip, though, will still pick off Nexa inside of the smoke. He just came jumping out to get the kill on him, and now it's been slowed down for G2. A little bit of a fight there, but Hunter will go down. Sip out in the lane, a little bit of an off position there. Still going to be able to get that one, and now it's a 2-on-3. And no one's in the B bomb side for Astralis, which is... It doesn't have... I mean, even if they get the bomb side and plant the bomb, Astralis should be able to retake it. But a strange point in the round, regardless.
They're so on board with this now, Astralis as well. They've cleared out mid. There's confirmation. Can Device make it back in time before they cross? You can see now Device realizes what is going on, that they have rotated through CT.
Yeah, he doesn't want to cross this corner, though. If he keeps going around that corner, he is in so much danger. So, yeah, right here's where you want to be. And you don't need to do anything other than just listening and hearing, and that Molotov will be good confirmation. It's cool that they actually knew that. You can Molotov both that back corner, and you can also Molotov the bomb plant from that position. So, all very interesting. Grenade, not going to get any kills. Oh, I don't know if he saw that, did he? He's certainly not taking the shot now. They definitely do. Missed opportunity, but not for Dupree. Excellent headshot. And Nico, we've seen him clutch many, many times, but he is on 16 health in a 1 versus 3, and the taps will not save him this time. It's going to be Device to take him down instead, and a third round for Astralis, and critically, they survive with 3 members.
So important that they keep yeah, minimum 3 is what Astralis really need right now on this CT side to build the bank so that they can constantly drop rifles for their teammates and keep that economy flowing. That was really nicely done. Magisk is fragging hard. It feels like. I mean, he's only at 7 kills right now. And no, there's not really anybody lagging behind. Zipnix, I guess, but he's playing B anchor, so that could be a rough life for you if you have to constantly retake. But I mean, on pit there, just locked it down when that A push came in from G2, and then the rotate over to bolster on B. Really liking what I'm seeing out of Magisk right now.
I bet you if we rewatch that last round, what we would find is that if G2 had somehow been 3 seconds earlier, they would have wrecked Astralis in that A-bomb side. Yeah. I think they only just got into position. Just
missed the window?
Yeah, which is upsetting in a bunch of different ways, but I think it still means that the idea was good, like from G2, right? Hard to account for a 3-second timing window, but I'm pretty sure it was something like that. Device could have been caught in the middle right then. Here we go. Trying to see if they can wrap Arch against the AWP. A lot of people there, and he's going to get caught. Shot in the back by the Tech-9s, but still, pretty good output here. Oh, that's interesting. Dupree needs to stay alive desperately. His team needs him for the retake. It's a great shot. And yeah, they're going to come hunt for him. Kenny flanking it out. It looked like the bullet actually hit him before Kenny had even turned the corner. And Nico, same as it ever was. Now with a 1 versus 2 to try and clutch this.
So it's just crazy. And we are going to go off the X-ray there at the end. Glaive just walks right into Nico, wins that duel hands down. But running Frenchman with pistols, Kenny, what year is this? Just whipping around corners, taking heads off.
Definitely bring it back.
That was definitely Astralis kind of getting the better of Nico. Nico, it's not like he can win every clutch. You know, he can pull off god tier clutches.
Only half of them, yeah. I don't know.
But you know, you got Zipnix. I don't know. Not everybody can be Zipnix, Sanders.
All right, so Astralis have been surviving in the last 3 rounds that they have won in a row here. It's been 4 members, then 3, then 2. So that means that they're doing more and more damage. And 2 out of the last 3 rounds that G2 have lost here, 2 of them have been bomb plants, yeah, which also accounts for the money that they have. So there are some small details here that even in this losing scenario for G2, at least in the sense of suddenly Astralis are back in, are still kind of acceptable. So I wouldn't be too panicked, even at a 4-on-5 scoreline here. But if somehow the Danes could shut this next round completely down and not really lose that many people, that would obviously be way preferable for them.
That'd be terrific, without a doubt. They need some breathing room, I think. not only for the economy, just to get some confidence going. These rounds are getting a bit too close. Astralis are having to fight pretty fiercely here. So, HE, again, that angle isn't quite there. Nico's just dodging the damage every time. Nice attempt at the wall bang. So close. He's just trying to wing it, but oh, the setup. The Vice and Xyp9x working together. There's an attempt from Nexa to trade it, and he is going to get it. Brings it back to a 4-on-4. Glaive is close, though, but he decides to back off and play it safe. Just like that, G2. Wow, Nexa is so lucky with his positioning there that he doesn't get roasted. But just like that, G2 control of top banana. Now they can set it up.
And forcing out a lot of grenades on the Astralis side, which is super interesting. We'll look at the push, though, coming in from Archway. Glaive just waiting at the edge. It's going to fade. Instant tap to take down Hunter, and they run into Dupree. And why would they even guess that there was a second player there? It doesn't even make any sense. Nice offensive push coming out here on the A side. That's what we talked about earlier. Said they were starved for information, but that's how they brought it back right here, just making sure that they could go and find them. Nexa now in a 1 versus 3 that he's turned into a 1-on-2, but the bomb is out on the other side, and he only has 30 seconds, so... man, this is going to be rough.
Yeah, we've got the Nexa cam popping up as well. His perspective.
Instantly downed.
I mean, it's such a difficult position to play from there. It's still 2 players surviving the round for Astralis means that that bank is getting hit. The Astralis are not able to really generate too much of a cushion here, and so the pressure is always on. With 5 rounds left in this first half, we are tied up 5-5 now. Astralis picking up the last 4 rounds in a row. Dupree, yeah, Dupree is always cheerful.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they feel like this is a pretty good comeback, but again, G2 keep doing the damage, and that's what's really important. Now we've got 4 Tech-9s running in against the M4 Glaive. It's a lot of damage that he managed to do there, and Xyp will be able to pick up 2. That's absolutely critical. And they had 3 people at the B bomb site right away, which maybe G2 could have picked up on there.
That makes me think that they were trying to punish Device.
Oh yeah, run him down when he has the orb. Yep, yeah. I think that's you were definitely right.
I don't think they were expecting there to be 2 M4s there, ready to wombo combo him, right? And Device is going to drop that bomb. Now it is on Kenny, and Device will collect his pound of flesh in the round regardless. He maybe wasn't there at the beginning, Anders, but he is there to finish it. 2 shots with the op. But yeah, I think this is G2 trying to play after, like, oh, you want to get clever? You want to have that op at Banana? Cool, just Tech-9 run you down, and then you just ran into 2 M4A4s. So
seeing definitely some frustration out of Nico there.
Yeah, I mean, you've just lost 5 rounds in a row now to Astralis, and you're letting them start to really get comfortable.
Yeah, they have that bank that they didn't have just a round ago. Let's see. I mean, it's still a very open game. Don't mistake this for anything conclusive from either side. Nice grenade on Glaive, and a follow-up to take him down to 8.
That's such a nice adjustment. If you're going to play aggressive, cool, we'll just double HE the corner. Why not a 3rd nade? But
it could always be a 3rd.
There should always be a 3rd nade, right? But like, that's actually gotten Astralis to rotate Dupree over through CT. So there are 3 players on B right now, G2 with a minute down the clock. They've got time to wait this out if they want.
It's such a risk for Astralis doing this. They've really gambled on this, and it might pay off. 3 people here, a massive crossfire, even with the smokes, and it's not going to be quite enough. No smoke for CT spawn either. Nico nearly going down through that one, but Hunter finding Xyp inside, and they get Dupree as well. An absolute execution of Device in the middle. Amanek was playing over there. I really don't even know how G2 fight their way through. It looked like Astralis had that one on lockdown.
What happened to Xyp? I mean, I get Glaive was low, but what happened to Xyp there? Not a single kill?
I think he was he inside the smoke? Just not sure where he was going?
Yeah. I mean, it looked like, well, I mean, Glaive is going to be hard-pressed. He was just so low on HP to do anything, right? But could have swore that Xyp, I mean, Xyp was there, so that's Magus. I mean, he's going to take down Amanek, but I mean, they're not going to be winning this round. He could get this AK. That's nice. The party favor. See if Nico lets him survive, though. Nico's already got the angle, and yeah, spots him. So we'll get a replay here in a moment, and I'm curious to see, because it looked, you're right, it looked like Astralis just had the perfect setup to deal with this push coming in from G2. And this is Hunter moving forward.
Yeah, and he's just guessing.
Wow.
Wow. Very, very good thought, because if Xyp was allowed to wait in there, he could have done all kinds of damage.
Makes you wonder. All right. Well, interesting gamble. It doesn't pan out. 6-6 tied up.
Might be even more of a victory for G2 knowing that they had that stack there and you still beat them. That's got to feel pretty good. Nice spray taking down Nico, though. Set up with a flashbang from Sip and a grenade deep landing on both Nexer and Kenny. Speaking of Kenny, by the way, he's only got 2 kills in this first half, so that's a bit rough. Need more than that.
Just noticed that. Wow, yeah. He is having a rough time. And I mean, with a teammate, I mean, you've got a teammate who's only got 2 kills, and yet you're still tied 6-6 in the first half. Pat yourself on the back, G2. That's not easy. Goes to show that Astralis are still mortal after all. And so now, well, Glaive feeling a little bit of pressure here on the B site, and are they just going to power through this? It's looking like it. G2, no fear, only dreams. Glaive going to get his head taken off. There's Magus lining them up. Triple through, and it's all on Hunter now in a 1v3. Sticks that bomb, and he is going to get that bonus money for his team. He is going to be very hard-pressed, however, to hold in this 1v3 clutch.
He did all of that work with a UMP. That's definitely tricky. Well, let's see. Nico could do it. Could Hunter do it as well? We do need a clutch right here for G2. It's going to be a straight headshot to take down Sip, and now he's back for more, looking for the kill. They have to walk into this line. Molotov, though, will force him out. He gets one more headshot. It could have worked, and instead it's going to be Device barely living through. Dupree actually got the kill, and even without the kit, they're going to be able to make it. Man, what a close round.
Counter-terrorists win.
That's crazy from Makey stuff. 4 kills in that round. More than making up for it. And this is him just running through. Unreal. He just saved the round.
Yes.
And I was going to be praising him at the start with how he dispatched Nico there at the beginning on logs, right? That was the first kill for him. That, you know, he's really stepped up individually right now. He's making it happen for Astralis. And then he has that monster performance there. So sick. Megs is really just the hero right now for Astralis, making the difference. 7-6. Astralis take back the lead. And it's a counter-terrorist timeout now from Astralis. Okay, so it's their first timeout getting called here. An extra 30 seconds to discuss. Well, 50 seconds, I guess, if you want to be nitpicky about it, Anders.
Yeah, well, you know.
Do you think it should just start after immediate, like the 30 seconds? You're just extending the break by 30 seconds. Why do you get an extra buy time at the end of that, right?
I don't know, but I feel like if we changed it now, everyone would complain and they would say, well, then the timeout should be, I don't know, more, you know.
No, the time it's 30 seconds, right? You get a buy time. You get a buy time of 20, and then you get you can just have an additional 30 if you want it, right? But then the fact that you get another 20 on top of that, I don't know, it seems a bit excessive. All right, that's a discussion for another day. We'll see. Dupree with the aggression makes it out alive. That is the best case scenario there. A lot of info gained, and while he stays alive to keep the fight alive.
And that works so well with Device also being aggressive down middle at the same time. So like very, very hard for G2 to keep track of. Glaive at it through the smoke. Dupree going to be showing up. He gets the one, nearly the double. Nico almost going down. 3 on 3 though. And we're going to have to see some really good calls coming out of G2 to try and do something here, because they're in a bit of a rough position. Sip is all the way at the back of the site, and he might just try and play hide and seek for a while here. You can hear them. Certainly, they're making a lot of noise. They're going to go straight for it. Again, not really slowing down. Missing their Molotov. It would be good to throw it in right on top of Sip, but they're not going to be doing that. It's a little bit behind him. Does spread, and yep, now he's finally burning. Glaive also picking up a kill on Amanek, and that leaves Kenny in an absolutely dreadful position here. 1 versus 3. I don't know how, I mean, whether or not he's been having a good game or not, this is just too much to ask for. He's going to get the kill on Glaive. And now they need to think about this, Astralis. Just don't give him a chance to run you down one at a time. And they do hide well enough, so
Look
another
at that
round.
movement, Anders.
Yeah.
That was silky smooth. He was so fast there, Kenny. Just one step ahead, though. One step ahead or one step behind, however you want to look at it. That is a tough break for Kenny, who's having a real rough first half.
If that Molotov was just an inch closer to Sip from the start, then he burns almost right away, and it's just going to be a mess.
Yep, without a doubt. 15th round. This is it. Last round of the first half. Astralis up 8-6 on that CT side. Looking very good here. There's the shot from Device. Drops Kenny. Kenny just can't catch a break in this first half. Had to be Kenny. Just had to be him.
Oh, man. What a rough start for him. It's really interesting how G2, when they show up outside of that B-bomb side, at least for the last 2 or 3 rounds, They don't slow. They just go right away. I don't know about that. I mean, we'll see if it's going to be... Maybe leave it up to the analysts to decide whether or not that's a good idea or not. Ooh, that is not just a good idea. Rock solid aim coming out. Wild spray, but they jump right over. Sip expecting maybe a jump up there. I'm not even sure if they're going to be wrapping around. They're going to check everything here. Finally, Nico going to go for the bomb plant, and nobody's coming through that smoke either. Grenade will do a bit, and that's fine. But 3 smokes and a flashbang here on Astralis to try and go for this retake. Let's see what they have. It's 4-on-4, and a lot is riding on this.
Attempting some wall bangs too, trying to get cute. You've got 3 kits as well, so you have a little bit of room to maneuver. But now is the time to start getting in here, and behind the box, 2 of them in the dark corner for G2. 4 players. They decide to take the fight to Astralis. This is the way to do it, G2, as they move in. They have too many angles to check. Astralis, not enough room to pull this off, and they will go down 8-7. Malik showing some excitement there at the end. And, well, G2 showing some fight. 7 rounds on the T side, Inferno. Respectable score for the end of this first half. And we are going to take a break before we get into the second. We'll be right back.
Game for him. Now it's the second half. He's going to be on the CT side. He could do a lot more with that orb if they can buy it, especially early on. And Astralis are going to be on the T side. They've got bought a lot of equipment here. I'm guessing B.
I'm really wondering, yeah, the execute, but also if Kenny's going to be able to turn it around now that he's on the CT side here. I really do hope so. Because that'll make all the difference for G2. Considering the performance of the other 4 players on the team, if Kenny starts hitting shots, life is going to get real hard for Astralis real quick.
There's so many people here on the other side. A little bit of a tag, Nico. He's got a grenade in hand. Did he land it perfectly? Well, he's going to take a lot of damage. He has no armor, so he's instantly on 17 health. Amanek at the back. Time to step it up. It's a nice headshot, and he's back in towards the bomb side. He's going to stick around and fight. This seems like absolute madness. There's so many people out there, and Magisk will take him down. Nico soft from earlier, but it's still a 3-on-4. He's got some backup coming in. They can still win this round, G2.
What was Device doing? Was it just me, or did you see him throw his Glock and just have his knife running up banana?
It's a bold move.
Bold move, Cotton. Didn't work out for him, though.
Look at Nexa. Can he do it? We're talking about a USP. All you need is really a couple of clicks. Doesn't sound that hard when you put it like that. They're right up in front. Oh, well, took a look. Too many there. Nexus still at it. There we go! Taking down Sip and Glaive, and he's going to continue. What a beast!
I can't watch. You're thinking this is every matchmaking ever when you're in that position. All the shots you're supposed to hit. Like the 4 shots that he whiffs on the guy who isn't moving. At first you're like, oh no, not like this, not like this.
Oh, when you see him miss all the shots, you're ready to just throw in the towel. You're like, that's it. Like, that clutch is done.
And clearly Astralis just have no idea where the shots are coming from at first.
They really don't know. Oh, man.
Well then, Anders, that is a way to start the second half here. We're tied up again. It's been the theme of this map.
The analysts are going to need like a 3-hour break to just try and pick this one best of 3 apart.
To digest it.
It's outrageous what has been happening throughout this whole series.
And what's even better, Anders, is that we have South American CS coming at us right after this in a full best of 3.
And that's supposed to be the really spicy Counter-Strike, isn't it? You know,
ooh, there's gonna be a lot riding on the line there. There's going to be a lot on that match.
I actually can't wait for that game. I think it's really interesting.
Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be a banger. But that's coming right up after this map. This is the final map in this best of 3. We're tied up 1-1 so far.
Capri shooting a chicken in the middle of the round?
Monster.
Gotta get those priorities lined up.
Listen, maybe he needed a snack.
Yeah, but they just explode, don't they? So.
I'd much rather have him eating chicken than the Snickers or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But there aren't any Snickers on the map somewhere. So.
you don't know that.
Well,
it's a global brand, Anders. They could be here in Italy.
Okay. Well, maybe trade this to the map. They don't have any armor, so as much as they're setting this up and creeping closer and sort of pretending like, oh, here comes the big hit, I don't think it'll be a big hit. I think they're just gonna get slaughtered. Like, they don't have any grenades to set it up or anything with. So yeah, one at a time here. And so far, no kills. Finally one. But yes, that was just fine. No problems at all. Hunter going down right there, but 9-8. G2 in the lead, a 1-round lead.
And this is the end of the dry spell for Kenny.
Oh,
He's got a
yeah,
fourth kill.
You're calling it now?
He's got a 4th kill, Anders. 4 big plays.
That's where he just jumps off. That's where he's just going wild.
Listen, every journey, right, starts with, in this case, 1 kill.
All right.
How do you think Nico gets up to 38 kills, huh?
Not exactly a Disney adventure, is it?
It's a Counter-Strike adventure.
All right.
You know, how does Nico get up to 38 kills, huh? He starts with 1 kill.
Yeah. Per second in the round, it's should be making fun of Kenny. I actually think it's probably possible that he could do a lot better on the second half. So.
In no way am I making fun of him. I've got total faith that he's gonna start ripping heads off.
Well, I would love to see it. I mean, if he does turn up on the second half, that could be all they need G2 to spin this into a win. So pressure is on, but at the same time, the reward for having a turnaround between first and second half would be pretty huge. Grenades. Astralis doing a similar thing here, right? Banana control, checking out top mid a little bit, making sure that they're not, just too aggressive. Although they are really aggressive in middle. There's 4 people ready and waiting. Also means this B bomb site's going to be incredibly weak. I think Amanek with a UMP and no grenades. If they go B, I didn't even know what G2 are meant to do. Amanek, how much can you ask of one guy with a UMP?
A lot.
Yeah, apparently.
Right now his team are asking the world of him.
Oh man, he needs it, but save, instant save.
Well, that was the build-up, and you see, guys, sometimes that's just the way it goes. It's not every time that you're gonna have a triple kill or something like that. At least you trade 1 for 1, right? No, sometimes you just get your head ripped off. And you're right, it is a wash of a round for G2, but this is all according to plan, because we are supposed to pretty much stay tied as much as possible throughout this last map.
Yeah, so contractually obliged to just keep it closed.
9-9.
I mean, listen, I guess it seems a bit silly if you just look at what happened in the round, but the logic for G2 is instead of upgrading our weapons, we just keep the UMP, the MP9, and the other UMP. And if they come top mid, we're going to slaughter them with almost nothing. We're going to pick up AKs in the next round, and then we're all good to go. And if they don't, we're going to save the rifles and just go into the next round. So, yeah, it kind of gives Astralis a round back, and obviously it's tied up again. But I don't think it's not super crazy here. Sucks to be Amanek though.
Yeah, you are kind of just hung out to dry there, aren't you? Cross your fingers. As soon as he starts hearing those footsteps, you know his stomach is just dropping out. You're great. Oh, it was nice knowing you guys. But that's it. End of the line. Tied up 9-9, and it is going to be the MP9 from Amanek. But look at this from G2. 4 players over towards B at the beginning of this round. They really wanted to take the fight to Astralis. The nade battle is getting spicy.
That's cool. Look at that. He had essentially one little spot between the 2 Molotovs, and that's where they threw the grenade on him. Glaive is not happy at all.
Yeah.
They're going to follow up. Not going to catch him, though. And top banana control for Astralis. That's what they wanted. What are they going to do with it?
Despite it all. Oh, that Molotov. Whoa. Interesting. Instantly canceled by Megisk. He uses one of his smokes on that.
Yeah. I'm probably thinking that they would turn the corner and fight him. So he's like, I've got to make sure I'm not also on fire while they're doing that. And they just jumped out. That's actually super critical. Nico just took a quick jump out and saw nobody. So that should increase their confidence in having this 3-man setup over at A quite a bit. Tiny risk. I mean, it is a risk taken by Nico, but that's pretty valuable information. Regardless, 40 seconds. And they're going to go for it here. They have a lot of grenades left on the Astralis side. So this A defense, again, remember, it's not the best weaponry. It could get really, really tough.
Well, Astralis have 1 billion nades to use right now, so
yeah,
this should be tough for G2. They should be all out nade warfare here from Astralis, making use of the superiority. Molly's going down right into the corner. The smoke not going to cancel it. Nexa getting toasty. Dupree is going to find one, but there's just a whole bunch of kills going Astralis' way. Blink of an eye.
Including team kills.
I thought there was a few. I thought there was an extra one there. I was like, wait a second, there weren't 4 players for G2 on A. There was, only 3.
One of them was Magus.
Okay.
Let go in the middle of it.
You you lead, and sometimes they're not happy with the leadership, Anders, and just it gets messy on the front line.
Yeah, I mean, whatever it takes to win, I guess. That was That's a very nice execute, and it was made, I think the flashes made it so much better, but, you know, the little detail of the Molotov into the corner and all the rest of it, just very, very cool. Nico here looking for an upgrade. Straight headshot to take down Glaive, but as you could hear, the bomb is already essentially going to be blowing up. So, still not bad. Get that AK in play. Another round for Astralis, 10-9, and Dupree, well, he was actually all the way around the library. He wasn't far enough away. They don't care. They're going to have the money, Astralis. G2 less so. And I think the economy right now is really what is going to be important in this game.
I think you take this round in the teeth if you're G2. No need for... Oh, this is going to be a tactical timeout, isn't it? Oh, no. Last second buys. Okay. Thought they were running it down there. Not much getting spent until the very end there from G2. But yeah, this is going to be that half eco kind of half buy sort of scenario for G2. Going to be counting on the next round to get the job done with the rifles. In the meantime, Astralis fully bought up on their side. No shenanigans here. They are looking to just lock this down. Well, it was 2 rounds. It was 2 rounds for G2, followed by 2 rounds for Astralis. And well, do it. Glaive is there to open it up, takes down Hunter. Saw the second man as well. Nico was spotted there. And that, it seems like with Nico spotted there, as well as the support nade coming in from the side, that's enough information for Astralis to think we got to go to A. There's an opening here. We got to take advantage.
Yep. Super quick call. You're absolutely right on the map. That's exactly how they did it. And yeah, good call. Quick call. No hesitation from Astralis will definitely get them that 11th round. And again, the job of Nico and Amanek here is just to stay alive and keep these weapons going. And we're still waiting for that Kenny-esque takeoff.
Why you gotta call my boy like that, Andrew?
He's been he's been rolling down the runway for a while, you know. Eventually, Semler, when there is no more runway, you either have the speed to take off or you don't.
Yeah, but also that depends how fast you're going down that runway, right, Anders? Right now, Kenny-S is like on a tricycle. He's got a lot of runway ahead of him. When he starts picking up gears, you know, when he starts picking up gears, well, then we can start discussing on how short.
All right. Well,
oh, Nico, this is not DM.
For him, it is.
So disgustingly clean.
It's beautiful to watch. But unfortunately, this time, it did not have the impact on the round. In this really stretched metaphor that we're going for,
okay,
he may be on a tricycle, but the runway is getting shorter on the other end. So
oh, no.
I'm just saying it's...
All right, Inspector Earl. This is where this gets ramped up.
Yeah.
These scenarios. Dude, yeah, it's just DM for him. I'm like, all right. Got those, and yeah, Kenny's not looking pleased right now, but he's always been a guy who wears his heart on his sleeve. Shows a lot of emotion, and if things are going against him like this, I could be sure, he's probably going to be getting down on himself.
Now is not the time for it, though.
I mean, nobody's really talking on G2, so I'm wondering if this is just them kind of sitting and just having a moment to kind of think, you know? Breathe a second.
Well, what you would want on the team, especially building it long-term, because these are so early days for them, right? And we're obviously seeing the firepower. Nobody's going to be questioning the firepower on this team, but you want the internal chemistry, the atmosphere to allow for even tough situations to be turned around and all the rest of it, right? That takes time to build, like trust and time and all the rest of it. So might as well start early, get everyone fired up, make sure someone can crack a joke or something every once in a while, like say something stupid to make people feel better, you know. It works. 21st round. It's only 11-9. There's still many, many different ways in which G2 can get right back on top and into this game. The economy is a bit rough for them. Not completely devastating, but it can make a difference here. Nico, smoke off. They're going to go. They're so close. Amanek, 1 and then 2 headshots. One of them through the smoke, and Nico, now he's ready. That is amazing from Amanek, and then the spray to follow. Triple kill for Amanek before he went down. What a save. The timing was there to crush that bomb site for Astralis. Nico was stood with his back turned, looking up into the sky. But this from Amanek, this is wild.
Just right before everything kicks off.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's just the way it goes, Anders. The timing works out. It looks wonderful. It's clean. And that is a round that Astralis just kind of have to shake off. It's not like you were particularly close in it. You just got smashed. And And so wipe it out and move on. Device eating a bit of nade damage there on Banana as the smoke goes down. Again, 3 players for G2 on the B side early, just to get a few more nades in the mix. And this might be baiting Astralis into it. Wow, yeah. Device doesn't even care, just walks right through that smoke.
Nade. Just gonna tag them up a little bit.
Do they check for the boost?
Probably not if they see Nico here. I mean, once there's a guy in the low ground, you're not going to be incentivized to also check for the boost at the same time. Emanek, big crossfire here. Nico dropping quite low, but Hunter is still there. Flashed for the minute, but yeah, they're not even looking at the moment. Oh, there we go. Device, who's the 3rd man into the bomb site, does go for a check. Nico showing up, and he's still doing work, even low on health. Emanek, the 3rd and final man on the bomb site, and they're going to find him. Magus flashed while he's getting that kill. 48 seconds, and now it's Keddy with the AWP looking for the potential boost. Waiting for Nexa to show up, and there's no bomb plant yet here. They're so low on health on the Astralis side, and now they even get picked off one. So nice shot from Nexa, instant headshot to take down Magus. Another good round out of G2, right back into a tied 11-11, and no bomb plants in the last 2 rounds for Astralis.
Yep. No bomb plants is really putting plants rather is putting a lot of pressure on their economy. This is looking like it's going to be a half buy.
Bomb pants.
No bomb pants. Listen, I think if you had exploding pants, that'd be a pretty. That's the problem, you know. It's like it's one thing to go to Taco Bell and have a late night, you know, but yeah. It's another if you start losing libs.
Yeah, well, that's, I guess, something to think about for sure. 23rd round here, and yeah. Tech 9 on Sip, a little bit of armor, some flashbang on Magus. I'm sure he's going to try and flash them into either middle or like that short side of A. But, I mean, think about how quickly we went from Astralis, you know, feeling great, and just the cooling effect that's happening right now.
There's 2 rounds in a row. It really has been these teams in this second half training rounds together.
Why Kenny?
Kenny getting rushed
Stop bullying
down.
Kenny.
Zip not known for his op, but he's now got one.
I'm sure he's downloaded the software to play that as well. It's fine. He's into his brain, that is. Dupree goes down, and Nico will just be lurking in there for that one. So they go for like a huge wraparound arch into library just to make Kenny feel even worse.
It's almost as if they are just targeting Kenny at this point. 4 kills for Kenny.
Absolute bastards.
He's got 3. He's got 3 assists, Sanders. He's got 3 assists.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh, man, he just runs through the molly. That's just so nasty. Kenny is just losing it. You hate to see it. But there is going to be a timeout called now from Astralis after that round of eco. It is going to be a bye round.
I mean, you hate to see it if they lose, but right now, Nexer's at 23 kills, Nico's at 23 kills. If they win this one, G2, I'm sure Kenny individually would probably be feeling like, man, I could have done so much more. But I still think it'll be all right.
I think the thing is, like, if you have such an off game, you're still thinking that even if you win, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably thinking like, yeah, cool. I mean, obviously you're not feeling terrible because you won, but you're also still pretty thinking like, oh man, thanks, thank God for my teammates.
Someone that, yeah, I mean, it's true. Help out.
I mean,
I don't know. This is, it's just still so close. So hard to call. No bomb plan that round either for Astralis. So it's worth, you have to, you could have added an extra $800, at least 3 of these rounds probably. And when you subtract that instead, some of these buys, I mean, they're going to have fewer buys overall in the game, obviously, it just accumulates throughout. But also even the buys like these are just going to be way less impressive. Lacking many, many grenades.
okay, he's changed up his positioning now. So I'm very curious to see here. Does he wrap around or is he going to just hold? Debris making a lot of noise in apartments. And yeah, now he decides, okay, time to get over here to short. Let's see if we can find a peek in mid. Does find some information. They're going to have to back off. That could force him in. No, it is going to be 3 players in mid here. For Astralis putting the pressure on. Nexa's there, but it's a firing squad. 3 players for G2, ready and waiting. Glaive finds it, but Hunter's there to take it back. And it's a man advantage for G2 going into a real tight spot here for Astralis.
I think G2 should count their lucky stars that they actually make it out of that one. Nico, more headshots coming in all the time. He's going to get a lot of damage on the device as well. And that Molotov will slow it down enough that he gets some backup over here. Coming through the smoke, and Amanek is so ready. Device, that's actually an impressive shot. And let's see what he's got. Been a while since we've seen a clutch out of Astralis, and this time it's a 1 versus 2. He's low on health, in fact, so low that any mistake here and he's done for. He has to hit instant headshots, more or less. And they have a Molotov, so if they just throw it out here, we'll see what they do. But if they find out where he is, that Molotov could finish it all on its own. Oh no, it's going to be in the corner. Some flashes coming out, more flashbangs. And they haven't found him yet. They've ditched that AWP on Kenny, and they're thinking about it. They've checked almost everywhere else. They feel like now, surely they know. And Device back here. So much time off the clock. Finally, they're going to go for that defuse. He's going to line it up, but they're not checking for it. It's Kenny again to go down. And Hunter will get the kill, but not enough time. This time, it's the Danes' turn to pick up a clutch and a huge round. They just had no idea where he was.
Oh, you just want to give Kenny a hug.
I know. Listen.
What a sick clutch from Device.
Yeah, that was very, very well played.
I mean, that's just so good. And, you know, it's an attempt, but there it is. Pure frustration. Glaive always just looks so happy right now, man. Right?
I'm sure he is, yeah. Yeah, he's found some key ingredient in life. He's figured it out.
He's got that smile going, man. Always looks really stoked. Good to see. Glad to see it.
This is all of the money, nearly.
Yeah.
From G2 put into this round. And that, I think, is that's a horrifying thought that has to be in the back of their minds. I wonder if they will... Would you want to do something different here? You got an MP9 on Nico. Do you want to run down the middle? Could try and go aggressive with it. Well, regardless, it looks like that's not going to happen, at least for now. Daddy's over here, just setting up a bit of a grenade. Big moment here. I mean, really for either team, but I think probably more than anything for Astralis to take a sizable lead and really put G2 on the back foot all of a sudden. Nice shot from Kenny. But they're going to explode out right behind him. Nice push from Hunter. This is working out so well. Yeah, they're jumping out right on top of Nexus. That's what I was talking about, and he's going to get overrun. So that works anyway. It's because they were all the way up at the end of the apartment hallways there. They've done a lot of damage, but there's still a Molotov here on Device, and that alone should be able to slow down this retake. G2. I'm sure Nico is calling it. If anyone asks, should we go, should we save? I'm sure he'd want to do this. It goes with his personality, and that's a great start.
Yep, taking down Dupree. 2 nades lost. Still, Dupree was the lowest HP, so Device and Xyp9x together in this, and Device is going to get the drop on Nico. Way too close. That was a heart stopper.
Oh.
And yeah, Amanek is going to back off and save the FAMAS. He has to. There's no time left, and they are going to be able to make it out of here. Xyp9x holding on to the M4 Device with an AUG down mid. A 13th round on the board for Astralis Anders, and begins to mount on G2. Because what do you do now? Look, your money is broken, and do you let Astralis get up to 14?
I'll tell you what. I think the fact that Hunter got that kill in middle meant that the people on the A-bomb side would have never been thinking that there was going to be an attack out those hallways. Because that's so on the T side of the map that they're just thinking, well, that's it. Like, you know, Kenny got a kill in the middle, Hunter's got another one, it's great, like 2 for nothing, we're good to go. And then suddenly, boom, they're on the A side a second later. Wow. 13-12, 26th round.
You can see full-on anti-rush mode here from Astralis.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, we know you guys are not going to be well off economically. And so just waiting for any kind of craziness coming out of G2. If it was going to be a bunch of HEs in mid, down banana, or charge anywhere. Now that enough time has gone by, they've figured out that that is not going to be the case right out the gates here from G2. Astralis now have control of top banana. And Amanek is trying to get some value out of this FAMAS, and he certainly has a chance. Yes! Nice clean kill there on Xyp9x. Needed that.
How much are Astralis going to mind game themselves here? I mean... 250 waiting in here. That could do some damage. Interesting kill there. Hunter still up there. Ooh, the flashbang just, I think, offsetting things like a little bit. That would have been nice. Going to be a kill from Aegis as well, and it seems like even with that early kill from Amanek, it might not quite be enough. You almost wonder if Nexus should go back and try and find that AK on the bridge.
I think if you're Amanek, you need to run to the other side of the map or just find a place to hide. Because I'm pretty sure you're dropping the AWP for Kenny next round, and you want to hold on to that kid camp one. Whoa, that was so good. He needed that so bad.
Yeah, he's on the hunt for that AK.
Yeah, sick. Get up here, take that from Zip, and go into the next round. This is a monster. This is a monster play here from Amanek. Him surviving like this, that could make all the difference in the next round for G2, and it is so important now for G2.
Yeah, we're getting so late into the game that every little detail is going to matter. Here's a mindset to try and adopt, although it's so much easier to say than it is to actually do. But if you're Kenny right now, you surely have to be thinking, all I need to do is to be relevant for one round. If I one round where I'm the one to get the triple or something like that, or I clutch it 1v2, and then we're good to go. So, like, somehow keep your mind fresh on that one idea that my round is coming. Like, there's only like 4 rounds left. My round is going to be coming. Wow, this is such an intense game. 14-12. Astralis with the lead right now. And Kenny being aggressive with the AWP. He's looking up to see if he can find anyone on the bridge. Not going to happen right now. Slowly backing on out. Just wanted to be quick about it. And they're going to jump up that balcony the silent way. Making sure not to make any noise at all.
Oh, they've seen Kenny opping up there. So we're just trying to play off the information. Going to be a very passive hold coming in here from G2 towards A to start things off at least.
Yeah, and
Same thing on B.
passive can be very bad. Again, the similar position where if any one of them go down here at the arch side, I mean, now they're actually grouped up. That's interesting. Missed opportunity, but Hunter's going to be there to help him out. Huge save out of Hunter. Again, if they go down on that side, that bomb side is going to get collapsed on immediately. But now instead, actually looking really doable here for G2.
This is the only way that this works. When given the opportunity, hit your shots. If you're going to play this passively as G2 and let Astralis get all that real estate, if you miss your shots, the round is over because then they're on the bomb side immediately. But if you hit your shots the way G2 just have, it looks fantastic, right? But there's still 30 seconds on this clock. Astralis are not done yet, and they've got money in the bank to buy in the next round too. But they're going to have to make up their minds. Is this B or A? There's currently only a single player on the B side right now for G2. Astralis have a real chance, but that smoke going down so late.
And now it could be none of them. I was going to say, with 20 seconds, they only have one choice. I think they're saving right now. Oh, they must have been expecting for G2 to come look for them.
Yeah.
And just get a kill and then go. And that never happened. So, wow. Essentially, the round being solved by a single kill there. But again, that's on a knife's edge, closer than it seems. I think Glaive relaunching the game real quick, and then we should be good to go. But it is 14-13. We're really getting there. We might go the whole distance, it seems.
Wireless headsets. I hope they're muting. I'm assuming they're going to the restroom real quick.
Oh,
You never had that happen?
no, but they're in a team. Listen, it's all part of the experience. I'm sure that happens every once in a while. But no, I have thankfully so far avoided that. No.
Device giving us a little flex.
Yeah, he's got that sleeve on his arm, waiting. Keeping his elbow and wrist somewhat warm. Just trying.
I'm thinking it's the tattoos.
You think it's
That's what they do in the NBA, right? They if they've got tattoos, they hide them. Or if they've got unsavory tattoos, they hide them.
Oh, that could be.
That Device has unsavory tattoos though. He's got really sick tattoos, so I wonder why he's covering them.
I think it is just for like, I don't know, keeping up blood flow in the arm, making sure it doesn't get cold or anything.
You know what? We can shoot him a question. Ask him real quick. Maybe not now. Although I doubt he's looking at Twitter.
I hope not.
Yo.
Definitely don't want to be doing that. All right, a little bit of a break. Glaive is back in the game. Everyone is ready. Nice little timeout. Now is the time to do it as well because it's so close. 28th round is the one that's coming up here. And I really still don't know who's going to be winning. I mean, Astralis have clearly shown that they know what they're doing on the T side here. And I think G2 have been struggling a little bit. Once they ran out of money, it turned into a more difficult game for them. But they should have money now.
Man, I'm so curious what you do here, though. I mean, if you're Astralis and they're taking the time, this is a tech timeout, but I mean, obviously, in these days, it's looking like a little chat is going on. A little chatter, but they should be good to go.
Go boost Kenny over at top banana. Make him look over that wall and just catch whoever is coming from Astralis to throw the grenade. Just a little trick. It doesn't have to be elaborate all the time, right? Put Kenny on your shoulders and see what happens. We're close to getting that, but not quite. Waiting for the last little reset here. Couple of seconds away, surely. I think maybe it's just Malik that we're waiting for. And then we'll hopefully get right back into it.
I'm just checking real quick.
It's been such an incredibly intense game. If you are only just joining us now and you somehow missed the first two maps, they are absolutely worth going back and watching because it's been intense for sure.
I'm wondering if they're getting warnings right now because in the rules 10.5.1.3 Anders, all communication, including but not limited to text and voice communication between players and team coaches, is forbidden during a technical pause.
Oh,
and I'm seeing a lot of chatter. I'm seeing a lot of talk right now.
Well,
so I don't know. They can get an infraction, first warning, right? But then more severe sanctions can be imposed. So, maybe they got a warning. I don't know. Maybe it's worth taking the warning right here at the end.
I just want everyone to be fresh and ready and all the rest of it. Let's get this going. This is the full focus you need. You need all of your energy into this last part of the game. It has been a marathon between these two. An instant shutdown there. Hunter with the kill. And almost caught with the grenade in hand was Device. He's still going to be going down afterwards. A 2-for-1 trade favoring G2. A nice sure four. So 3 people showing up there for G2. I think the final one in that, probably just throwing grenades. But Nico sticking around. That is greedy.
A bold move. Really trying to put an end to Astralis right there. You got to make those confidence plays sometimes. And, well, that one did not work for Nico. So we're back into a 3-on-3 in this critical round. 14-13, Astralis on the T side. Dupree catches Kenny out in mid. Missed opportunity there for both players.
It would have been an absolutely epic move from Kenny. If he got that shot, then, I mean, that is probably going to be tied. It might be even better than that. 45 seconds. Astralis ran out of time the last time and just decided to save, and surely not this time. They're going to go towards the B-bomb side. I think that's where they're going to end up now. There is a smoke. There's an HE as well on Nexa and counter flashes. With 30 seconds, that is enough to slow down Astralis so that this is going to be very, very difficult. I think they might be underestimating this a little bit here on the Danish side. 20 seconds now. Grenades are coming out. Surely going to be a grenade. There's the one HE put out. Not really going to do much, but they're falling back. They want to go for it, and look at it. They're already rotating over. They've taken the entire bait. This is such a play from Astralis, and they're going to find out way too late. I think G2, if they want to retake this, they are going to have to be damn sure about it. Kenny goes down inside of the smoke. Oh, no. Oh, dear God, no. It's so hard to watch, isn't it?
Man, and they're going to lurk around on the edge of these smokes. And, yeah, it's either you save the op and bail, or you hope that somebody on Astralis makes a mistake and peeks you.
Oh, wow.
And, well, right now it's looking like they're kind of trying to make up their mind. Emanek is hanging out here, hoping perhaps to pick somebody off.
Listen, they'll have the money at least on G2. That is the one thing to really think about. But what a fantastic call from Astralis. I really thought they were going to go for that B-bomb side, and I think if they had it, they would have had to have run through the smoke that was put down by Nexa, and it would have just been a nightmare. And instead, they win the round with hardly a shot fired, except for poor Kenny.
Kenny's at 6 now. He's got 6.
You can't say that with a chipper voice, Sam. Listen, it's not gonna work.
Oh, sometimes it just does not go your way.
Yeah. I mean, every player at one point has to have a game like this. play for long enough, it's going to happen a couple of times. But it's always hard to deal with.
Could be that it's Kenny who's having to adjust to different positions as well. You know, Nico added in. Maybe there was some shifting that's happened, and that's impacted his individual game. You don't know what's necessarily going on behind the lines, but this is still going to be a buy round out of G2. Astralis fully equipped, and this is dangerous. Nico, nice HE, but they could peek him together, missing the chance.
Yeah, they wanted to try and
Clever.
offset the angle. I think they thought there was an AWP on the other side, so they just think, you know what, if we do that, instantly put out. Fairly good grenade saving so far on the G2 side, still holding on to it. Oh, he's going to get flashed in. Is he really? That would no, he's no flashbang on Amanek, so they did put out a flashbang, but Nico was just so far away, so now they kind of use that. Oh, who's pushing up behind them in the middle? It's Hunter looking for them, and he's going to get Glaive. Now, that is a next-level play, because now they're really trapped here, Astralis. Even at 50 seconds, if they want to go back, they're going to have to check so much of the map. If they go for it, there's a stack. I think this is the 14th round for G2. It's all lined up for them. Nice shot from Device to the wall, though. Could that change it? The grenades are raining in, the flashbangs on top. They must hold on, or they're going to lose the map right here. Meg is held back by the one. There's a grenade in top of the entire lineup. That blows up all of Astralis. Amanek with a big double here. And it's going to be Sip in a 1 versus 4, and that is just too much to handle. Amazing triple from Amanek, and overall, I mean, that just worked out so well. The grenades and that little move from Hunter. 15-14, and we're going to go the full distance. The 30th round is coming up.
The 30th round, Anders. And this, yeah, it's all on Hunter late. I mean, 55 seconds pushing for info. I mean,
Mental.
Solid, but yeah, that HE just catches everybody.
Wonderful.
Timeout called by Astralis. Last attack timeout that they've got as well. So it's all in. Getting it done in 30 rounds with a weak economy. Astralis do not have loads of cash. They can only afford 2 rifles and still have nades. A couple of them have to take the hit.
Oh, what do you want to do in a round like this?
Or I don't know. That's the thing, man. What is your call here?
I mean, when I see the weapons, my mind goes to that A apartment play. Try and get
Try and get them up quick. Yeah.
Explode out of it, see what happens.
Well, it's the early peak. Early play for info. They are charging. G2 know that this is a weak buy. And there it is. Device getting taken out immediately, but that wasn't one of the rifles. That was only one of the pistols. It was a Tech 9. Hunter going to get caught with the nade in his hand. Glaive is there to trade it. Kenny needs to hit the shot, and he doesn't quite manage it. 4 on 4.
I need a replay. Did he hit the chicken instead? I really need that replay. If he did, it's just going to be too funny.
Was that the chicken, you know? Get down, Mr. President!
Something like that. Trying to keep him alive. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm going to need that production. 30th round, and this is what it is. 4 on 4, still a minute left. Some good grenades still on the G2 side. Not a huge amount. I mean, especially up here at Top Banana, they're going to have to save these. Are they going to nade the corner? No, it's going to be a double nade to the, yeah, well, not to the sandbags, but to the corner instead. So, falling back. But G2 will know, yeah, no one's showing up. We heard the nades and nothing else. So that piece of disinformation has not worked out in favor of Astralis at the moment. And Kenny at the corner. And like I said, all you need is to keep your head in the game long enough to be relevant for 1 round. That has to do with the mentality. Nico showing up behind them to take down Magisk. That's a pretty good start here. 30 seconds, and Kenny ready and waiting. And there's the kill on Glaive. That's what they need. 2 away from getting into overtime. Kenny going to pick down Sip as well. And it's a 1 versus 4 for Dupree. And there should be just absolutely no way to make this work. All they need to do is not fight him. Stay alive, buy time, play it safe. Kenny will go down eventually, and inside a pit, yeah, Dupree might as well go straight for it, otherwise he's going to run out of time. So now 1 versus 3. He's completely triangulated in here. Nexa goes down next, slow. Dupree, he's hearing them step behind him, and timing is everything. He swings for it, and he's going to go down. It will be overtime here on the final map, and I think that is about as good as he can get. 2 kills for Kenny in a very critical round, man. And then we're in overtime.
Anders, it's not about having all sorts of kills. It's about getting kills when they matter most. And this time, you see Kenny delivers 2 kills for his team. But, man, Dupree played that perfectly.
0 people are buying that. So no one.
High impact for Alexander's.
Well,
The rest of them are just getting Miko kills. So, like, this isn't what I'm thinking about right here, but like Dupree just played that perfectly. Such a shame he didn't get that shot on Emanek. Getting it down to a 1v1 would have been insane. But we are going to get into overtime. Countdown has begun. Economy's rejuvenated.
and a bit of a tech issue.
Interesting. Well, one of them is standing up, actually, so that's...
We don't know what it is yet, but...
That was Hunter. Maybe using the restroom. Interesting.
It's been a bit of time.
Well, we've seen teams use tech for restroom breaks before. I'm not a fan. I think you should be using a tactical if you got to take a piss. You don't, but, you know, there you go.
Yeah.
See, now Zip is going too.
I mean, that's the problem, though. It is a, you know, it's a long game, so I'm sure everyone can appreciate it as well. You know,
Hey, Anders, I gotta take a piss right now.
Yeah.
You don't hear me calling for a tech pause. We don't get a tech pause or a tactical pause.
Listen, there's going to be no sympathy for
See, no, that's the thing. But you gotta subscribe to the old You remember that where it's just like, yeah, you play better when you have to go. Right? Focus is the mind.
Oh, man. Maybe.
Focus is the mind, Anders.
We're speaking a little bit about Kenny and him being further behind, but I mean, Glave's only got 12 kills as well. So he's, you know,
Wait a
not completely screwing this up, but both teams have one player that could do something.
What is going on here?
I think Hunter has experienced some loss in all of this, so that's just you know, him having an internet slight hiccup maybe. We'll figure it all out. Now, I mean, maybe we could just talk through this a little bit, because once it goes into overtime, I mean, apart from everyone obviously being quite fatigued at this point in time, I think what it really does overtime is it puts so much pressure on the in-game leaders who suddenly have to sift through, you know, 30 rounds of, or 15 rounds at the very least, playing on either side, but a lot of rounds where they have to think about what has worked, what have the other side been doing, are there any sort of patterns and tendencies that we can sort of sort out, and I just think that's where it gets really tricky being the leader of any one of these two teams right here. And then suddenly money's back, so that's also going to maybe be helpful to G2 in having all the grenades that they could possibly want.
All right, well, just a quick pause here. We're getting things sorted out. Should be in momentarily.
Yeah, maybe the server is also feeling a little bit fatigued after all of this. Could be.
Listen, this has been a
very
no
long
joke
game.
of a game, yeah.
Real marathon.
A real marathon of a match. It's going to grind on everybody.
Waiting in the sidelines, if you forgot about the schedule, is obviously going to be Furia and MIBR. So they're waiting to be tagged in for a whole new fresh best of 3, and that in itself is going to be interesting. All right, we're going on a trip to see the chickens.
But Anders, I'm just going to take the opportunity. You know, not only is it long for the players, long for us and the viewers as well at home, but it's long for production. So I want to give a quick shout out to production, to everybody making it happen over there at the Blast space in Copenhagen. Prius, our observer, no breaks for him, always on the action. What a boss, what a god, and everybody in the production team as well. You guys are ballers. So big shout out to the crew.
They do have some very, very long days.
Yeah, last night. I mean, it's a tough one. So when it goes late, delays happen. It can get long. But hey, it's all good CS. That's the thing. It's all good CS. And we've got MIBR versus Furia coming up next. Another best of 3 starting immediately after this one.
Is that the shot on the chicken? I think it was.
Kenny.
I really think it was. Oh god. Well,
The chickens are still a thing after all this time.
Well, I mean, now, I don't know. Now they're just there.
They
I
are.
can't keep complaining about
Just like the benches, too. You know?
benches, chickens.
The benches are still here, Anders. They're made of stone. Not really comfortable to sit on, but they're durable.
Yeah, maybe that's why they've stuck around.
Indeed.
Not been replaced at all this time.
Still the same benches after all these years.
Who are we lacking now? Who's missing?
Hunter. Still waiting on Hunter to get back in.
All right. Well, Yeah, would you feel tempted to change your prediction? We both picked Astralis.
No. I'm sticking with Astralis.
Nothing in your mind has said, you know what?
No, even when G2 beat up on Astralis and on Dust 2 at the beginning, you're still thinking, well, it was if they'd have beat him 16-4 the way it was looking like, that would have been a sad time, and maybe you start doubting. But then Astralis fight back, they start getting rounds on the board. You're starting to think, okay, they got some confidence back going into Nuke. Sure enough, Nuke goes Astralis' way. I mean, these players are good, but I mean, it's still Astralis. And crunch time, this is where players are truly going to be tested. And again, it's Astralis. Major champs. These guys do not mess around, and they should be thriving in these sorts of situations. So no.
Should.
I just enjoy, G2 giving hope to the analysts and everybody else, who predicted G2. I like it. It just it makes
Dangerous to say.
it makes things just a little bit more spicy in the green room, a little bit more spicy on that desk.
We'll see. We'll see.
In the chat later.
Pretty sure we're going to be finding out exactly how it's going to be playing out here. I mean, it's just waiting on the last guy to get back onto the server, and I think everyone else is ready as far as I can tell. So yeah, just a little bit lacking.
So let's see. Maniac is trying to make plays. You got it. He's up there with the best of us, right? So James, G2 as well, and then Launders. But Launders is he's out there, dude. He just does things. Launders is really out there. He's predicted MIBR for the second match, along with Scrawny.
I think that's a bold play. It's a nice way to try and get ahead. Oh yeah, speaking of which, of course, there will be Scrawny and Launders casting the next game.
Yes, it will. They are over in Copenhagen right now.
Sure, they're just itching for it. You've been waiting for a long time. I'm sure everyone thought this game would be more or less done by now. Not quite so. Yeah, some good replays here. I mean, the amount of clutches and highlights throughout the course of this whole best of three, it's been way too much to summarize. So I'm assuming that, yeah, you'd have to go back and watch the whole thing if you really want the full experience. The highlights certainly help. Man, this is it's really something. Is that Hunter back in? I think I saw him back. So that could be.
Should be getting close.
That could be. Well, I think they're resetting the whole thing now. They're good to go. Seeing ready being called. I'm seeing people sort of acting like they're good for it. So we had a little bit of a dip in the energy here. But we're gonna get back into it for sure. Just need that reset ready up for G2.
Yes.
And let's see what this is going to get us. We're finally back into it, ladies and gentlemen. Freeze time has been cancelled. It is overtime on the final map between Astralis and G2.
Pressure still on G2. One detail here to note is that it's $10,000 starting money going into this first half of overtime. And so on the CT side, that stings. You can see Kenny just going for a full buy, nearly wiped his entire bank out already. So critical that G2 managed to withstand the pressure here and get the strong start in this first half.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Don't want to be wiped in the first one. That always feels really weird. Not too much happening over at Banana. Just a little quick exchange. And then we're done with it. Sip trying to bait out a shot with the tip of his AK-47 in case there was someone ready and waiting, but that doesn't really happen. And the smoke goes up. They are up in the apartments really quickly. Astralis, usually when they take a position like this, you can actually see already Glaive is back to check Banana. And that's such a key feature of how they play these things. Because, again, if you let go of a place like Banana for too long, then G2 would go find out. So usually with like a 10-second interval or something, Astralis will go back and see, is anyone looking? Okay, no one's looking. But this looks like a straight A execute. And they're going to be coming out of apartments again. And there's only 2 people on the bomb site. This could be an absolutely amazing call. I don't know how they're going to hold this bomb site. It is seconds away from falling. Grenades everywhere. HE on top of that Molotov. And now inside of the site. They need backup badly. Hunter's going to be going down. Nexa, even a double spray, I don't think would have done it. That is the perfect call for what G2 are doing.
It's just so clean as well. Hardly any damage taken apart from Zipnik's getting taken out. I mean, it's just everybody else onto that site smoothly. And it also puts G2 in a really awkward spot. Although now, because they get that kill,
so far away.
Yeah, it's a bit too much. But yeah, you see now that's because of that economy. G2, rather than trying to go for some crazy heroics that we might get with 16,000, right? Here, they will hold on to the guns that they have going into the next round and try to guarantee that economy going forward. Anders, how many years have we been casting Inferno?
I mean,
Many years.
many years. Coming up on 8 or something.
Dude, second mid, Prius. Oh, that's big. Device catches out Nico. One of those guns, gone. But I just noticed that the second mid is called Dante.
Yeah?
I never noticed that. How have I never noticed that?
I'm sure we could be spending even more time looking at all of it.
Is that new? Dante's Inferno? Come on, get out of here.
I think it must have always been there. We just weren't paying attention.
Okay then. Well, details.
16th round for Astralis. First and 19, of course. Let's see. This is, again, all the time at the edge of a knife. Device on the other side. Grenades are all landing behind him. He's ready for the boost, and that's such a great way. Absolutely outplayed in that one. Some spray through catching Amanek a little bit, but oh man, Nico is not going to be happy about that.
You just got red.
Doing it again. This A site. The smoke is up, and then they're falling back, leaving just Nexa in the pit. If they actually go for it, they're falling back slowly, but if they actually went for it, that would be a knockout blow.
They can set everything up here. And I think that right now Astralis are gaming themselves, and whoever's getting this call on G2, they have to commit.
Ooh.
It's still Device just lurking over towards B.
If they Molotov this position like they did last time, there's nothing that Nexa could do about it. Putting up a smoke will just delay the inevitable. It's still going to happen. Nexa getting caught there. They must have spotted them because they did a little bit of damage at least. So still thinking about it. Device checking it out, spotting a couple of people, or at least one of them jumping. And now they're going to come for him. Nexa getting shot through the smoke. They knew for sure, and that is absolutely well played for Astralis. Back-to-back rounds in overtime where it's mostly down to the call here. Strategically, just outplaying G2 in the last 2 rounds here.
Monster. And you just keep setting it up for G2. G2 just keep hoping that that action that they got on B was going to continue, that Astralis were going to just keep hitting that B site. But Astralis, turns out they had another round in the bag. They had another trick up their sleeve, and this is working wonderfully. 2 rounds on the T side in overtime.
And taking away that rifle was also, really something.
Yeah, look at the money right now. I mean, Kenny, he's going to give away his position. I don't know if they can get there in time. It's going to be really tough.
Yeah.
Glaive is the one who's thinking about it. And really, you should just be risking these AKs because you have money, and Kenny is not going to swap the op for an AK.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Go for it right through. Gonna get the one Megas on the other side, and he gets him in the last second. Oh, man. I mean, they're still going to have some money to work with here, but definitely less than otherwise possible.
But does Kenny go for an AWP here? Because if he saves that AWP, that's 2 rifles they could have dropped for his teammates. Now, he goes for the AWP. He spends all of his money. It's not the end of the day. It's not the end of the day. Hunter has to go for a UMP just to get nades, but 17-15, Astralis. Well, this is we're seeing the difference. Hey, there we go. You see, via Dante. Now, is it from Dante's Inferno that in his will our peace, that quote comes from? I can't remember. It's throwing me off now. Now that I noticed, I'm just like, really, is that? I don't know. Somebody will tell me online. But this is definitely looking fantastic for Astralis in this second half.
Device a little bit emboldened by the fact that he got that last fight, wanted to do it again. Would have been Amanek that he could have headshot there. It's a nice attempt, but this time it doesn't go their way. 3 at top mid for G2, pushed up quite far. So ready to take the fight if Astralis want to try and take that kind of map control. But it's slow right now.
Let's see it. Nico turns away. The flash could not be better timed. Impeccable stuff. And that's a setup where, I mean, if you're Astralis, it just leaves your ears ringing. Incendiary going to clear it out. So at least they have top banana control now, Astralis, but still hard pressed. And this time G2 are sticking to the boost on top mid.
Yeah, they're still vulnerable if Dupree jumps up behind them in the apartments, but if they can clean up the main part of this through the middle, it should be all right nonetheless. Oh, Hunter going down. Now I'm worried. Again, Dupree, this is the problem. He's right here, ready to pounce, so they're going to be pushing in the middle as well. Dupree looking for the angle. He sees the gun, and that's Kenny down and out. Nexa will fall next. Again, just one little thing going in the way of Astralis, and the whole bomb site collapses. That's 3 rounds in overtime going in favor of Astralis and all of them. Well, 2 on 3 similar. They have all the grenades here, not more smokes. I mean, this would be. They're going to need to call in Nico. They're going to clone Nico right now in this round to try and even make this work. It's going to be so rough. Astralis need to cool it down, use the grenades, use the smoke right on top. HE as well. Nico down to 20, and he is going to be long gone. All of the attacks as well towards the A bomb side. They just found out that is what works, and Amanek is going to be dropped 18 to 15. Astralis a single round away from taking this, and Device up at 29 kills. Man, those are some devastating rounds. We didn't really see rounds like this in regulation for really, especially for Astralis. But this is something interesting.
You can see this is just completely deflated G2. The morale on that team right now, it's not looking hot. A lot of silence. Nexo's doing a little bit of talking there, but not much. They are going to be hard pressed here, as it is. Yeah, match point, 3 of them for Astralis. And Astralis hitting A site all 3 times as well, just clearly threw G2 for a loop. And so Astralis, I mean, demonstrating that they are in G2's head. And, well, now it's on G2 to try and shake things up. But Device takes Nico out of the fight immediately.
Yeah, they really manipulated them, or manipulated their defense expertly in that overtime half. That's truly something. That first kill does not look good. Nico going down. How do you get back into this? G2 have to win 3 consecutive rounds of their own. In the first one, they have to do it in the 4-on-5, being a man down. They could, I mean, they're still hanging out. They don't really have top mid or banana at the moment, so some time at least is what they have. This is essentially a kill away from not working out well for G2. They need that first shot going into the bomb site. Grenades up against Hunter, doesn't really do that much. The one against Kenny and Nexa definitely does. Maze, they come through the smoke, and the flashbang somehow only worked against Amanek. He's going down. Dupree back here, 45 seconds, and it's a 2-on-4. And is he seeing anything? He's just cleverly hiding back here. Bomb is not being planted, and more backup is coming, and I think G2 might have hit the end of the road here. It's going to be Kenny going down. Hunter in a 1 versus 4, and he is going to get caught and found 19 to 15 as Astralis take down G2 in overtime, and all 3 maps, but they found a way to do it. A really, really hard-played match for everyone involved.
What a phenomenal match. Winner's match of the group. G2 definitely looking dejected.